What up? What up? What up, world? We are back. It's week 10. You know who it is. It's Anthony, aka Rasta. This is Get Right Fantasy Network. I'm here with my boy Mike. What's up, Mike?
What up? What up? What up?
Going on this lovely Friday evening.
Oh, week 10. Excited. Also excited because yesterday my good old softball team won the championship. Shout out to Moko.
Ooh.
Oh, we killed it. We won 2 games. We mercied the second team in the championship. Oh, it felt good. Felt good.
Very nice. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you, sir. Oh yeah, it was fan. We almost had we actually had two championship games technically. We have like an American League and National League, and we got invited to go to another one because another team bowed out, and we ended up losing that one. And
Ooh.
then we played yesterday and won the one that we're in, and so finally champions. It's been a while, but shout out to my Moco crew.
There it
Thanks.
is. Congratulations to the Moco crew. Is that right? Moco crew?
Molco.
Molto.
MUL. No, MULCO. Moco.
Molko. That's interesting. Either way,
Yeah.
congratulations, man. Championships. That's what it's all about, man. That's why we play these games. It's for the pride. It's for the rewards. It's for the bragging rights. This is why we do it, man. This is why we're here.
Love it.
We're getting closer to taking down championships here. So
Yeah.
we'll get into it, man. One of the favorite shows, of course, of the week. Because it's start sit time, man. We're gonna get up to date with all the injury news. We're gonna go game by game, break everything down, and of course, we're gonna get to the questions out there. I kind of popped him up already. Shout out to them boys. He was in here early, man. That message came in at like
Early.
6 PST. So shout out to them boys, man. We got Jonathan in the house. We got Dylan in the house already. And I'm sure, let us know who else is out there, man, who's watching, who's here with us. And of course, um, shout out to Frank and Dustin, man. If you guys
Hell
are out
yeah.
there, you guys want to jump on, come jump on. As you know, open invite. Um, and Tycoon, if you're watching, let me know, man. If you want to jump on tonight, we can have you come in and help us tackle these questions, man. So be sure to get your questions there in the chat. We'll start to get to them. We see that going up there. Before we kind of get into the rest of this stuff, check out getrightff.com. We have our weekly rankings. We have our articles. Shout out to Andrew putting out our his weekly articles. And of course, you can buy some Get Right gear. So check that out. T-shirts, sweatshirts, a whole bunch of other stuff there. Help support the channel. We appreciate it. As you know, of course, as well too. One thing we're doing here, as you can see down here at the bottom, for every new subscriber we get, we are donating $1 to the St. Jude's Children's Foundation. Dim Boys and his family has also pledged to match Dustin's $1 donation. So it's basically $2 for every new subscriber. So if you're watching out there, make sure you hit that subscribe button for us. Tell a friend, have them come on. I know you're sitting probably with somebody else there around you. Have them hit that subscribe button. Between now and December 1st, we will be making that donation. So, with that said, man, we had our first game of the week. Very nice little upset. I thought week 9 was over, and apparently it's seeping into week 10 already. We have our first upset of the week on Thursday night. Ravens, Dolphins. What happened in this game, Mike? What's going on here? Is this just a you know
Hey man, I actually picked this game. Like I picked Dolphins. I think they were underdogs by 7.5. Um, they I think the line was 46, if memory served me right. Like it was a really ridiculous situation. And the Ravens couldn't move the ball down the field. I only got to see the last quarter roughly, just because I had my softball game yesterday, so we were watching as we were playing, so it
I know
was
how that
kind of
goes.
we got yeah we had to catch a couple things here and there, but We saw, Gaskin being disappointing again, which is annoying, and I'm getting very frustrated, and I think a lot of people are as well. We saw Brissett get hurt and Tua come in with his broken finger. Still did okay. He was manageable. He did what he had to. Waddle did well, but Isaiah Ford and Albert Wilson ended up doing way better, which is ridiculous. And also, the biggest thing, which I felt really odd about, was Mike Gesicki
Wah,
just pooping the
wah.
bed.
Zero.
He had 7 targets and no
Zero
catches.
catches.
I just can't understand it. Adam Shaheen, it was actually really funny. We were watching the game as we're playing, and one of my guys, TJ, he was talking to me about it, and he's like, "Dude, who is this guy Shaheen? Like, why aren't they throwing it to Gesicki?" And I'm like, "They probably have." and at the same time, I'm like, Adam Shaheen's not a bad tight end either. Like he was a good prospect, played with the Bears for a long time, did well. I sat there and I'm just like, wow, it was just incredible to see. We also on the Baltimore side, we got to see Rashad Bateman come into his own. He looks great. He really does.
He
Antonio.
looks like that guy. He's gonna get
He
there, man.
no, he
There's
looks
a
good, man.
change happening in Baltimore. We could see it. Sammy Watkins is done. Stick a
Oh, for
fork in him.
sure. And
He got
and he had that.
scared. You said you didn't really catch, the whole game. I'm sure everybody else out there, just so you know what happened to him, he got scared. Had a pretty
Yeah,
much
he
a
got a
touchdown he
fumble.
could have no, pretty much a touchdown he could have caught, but got scared, thought he was going to run into the goalpost. So
Oh,
he
okay.
pulled up off the ball, and then he fumbles, and then he also had, I think, another one go like right through his hands as well too. And pretty much at that point, I was like, he's done. It's going to be the Bateman show, and yeah. So I didn't. Sorry to interrupt you there.
No, you're
Um,
good, man, because that's all I was gonna talk about is how Bateman has been taking over, and on top of that, you had Brown getting heavily targeted, and he dropped more than, his targets. He had 13 targets,
13
and he had 6 catches, so
for only
he ended up.
37 yards.
Oh, yeah. So, honestly, he had a rough day. Andrews was Andrews. He got a really crappy touchdown at the end. Freaking Eric Rowe just was covering him the whole time and then just pulled up like AJ Green did in that one game, that he ended up missing that pass. And I'm sitting there like, what the hell are you doing? Like, it
Yeah.
was thrown right at him and he just stopped. Like, and the announcers were even like, did he hear a whistle? And I'm like, maybe. Like, it was the weirdest thing in the world. But Miami
Just
looked like the defense from last year. Like, they looked fantastic. They were apparently there was a stat that I listened to on the footballers this morning. They were saying that they blitzed more than any team this year, or their safeties the most this year. And that's what they ended up doing. They just kept blitzing safeties to each side and just made it so that he had nowhere to go and he had no clue what to do. So it
interesting.
was just really incredible to watch.
Yeah, it was definitely a good game plan. I don't know how you get through all that and not mention the best part of that game.
All
Um,
the freaking linemen. I
linemen.
need to see it.
Hey, he pulled out like they designed that for him. He didn't even try. He saw that ball come up. He basically posted up Gaskin and caught the ball and then just put on a move, even went downfield, put on a move, stuck his foot in, and then did like a somersault, landed on his neck. But he had the audacity to reach out. And if that were a legal touch, man, that would have been a touchdown, man. So shout out to my big man, number 68. I don't even know what his name is. And hopefully we can get that name by the end of the show
No,
here.
I'm just fixing my stuff.
Okay, there you go. But my man, number 68 there on the Dolphins, they need to work that in. They need to make him eligible and put his
I'm
moves to
one.
work, man. You could see he practiced that before in his head.
I'm
National
actually
TV, that was
wondering,
amazing.
can you be an inside tackle and be eligible?
No, you'd have to line up on the outside. I'm just saying move him out
He would
there.
have to go outside, right?
Yeah, or put him in the backfield. Have him run a little flare out option route.
Yeah. Okay.
A little Texas route. That'd be awesome. So anyway, man, that was amazing. Um, yeah, dude, just an incredible play,
Man, I
man.
can't hear you.
Is that on me or on you?
It might be me though.
Okay. Let us know in the chat if you guys
All
can't
right.
hear me. Is it your earbud again? It's all right. We'll get there. So anyway, so interesting game. 46
You're gonna make
point
me. You're
over
gonna make me
under.
go to the big guys.
Okay. Baltimore was favored by 8.5 in that game. Ends up being Miami 22, Baltimore 10. So yeah, man. Just interesting game. Crazy way to get the week started.
Oh, for
So
sure. It was definitely a good game.
absolutely. Well, it was pretty terrible, man. But it had some highlights in there. You try to find the good in the games when they're bad.
I'm
So
yeah.
it's all good. All right. So as you're getting your headphones set up there, I'm gonna get into the chat here a little bit. Um, we have some questions here going on. It looks like a lot of Alvin Kamara talk here. They're going back and forth. So instead of, looks like they're talking about that. So why don't we just jump to that game? You want to go ahead and do that preview, and we can discuss the Kamara news here. Can you hear me yet, Mike?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So let's get into it, man. We're gonna go New Orleans Saints at Tennessee Titans. We have the Titans favored by 3, with a 44.5 point over under. Obviously, big news out of this game, of course, with Kamara being ruled out. We had basically the entire offensive Tennessee skill positions missing practice on Friday. And of course, they're already down Henry. So tell me about this game. What are we looking at? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, we had the Titans that are coming off a big win against the Rams. Saints lost to the Falcons, which I don't think a lot of people were
Week 9.
expecting.
Just
Huh?
gonna call that week 9.
Yeah. Oh my God. What- I actually put, yeah, I even put it in my thing. It was a really weird week. I mean, honestly, Tannehill, the only thing on injuries is Tannehill popped up in the injury report. It says that he has an illness. They didn't really go into detail on what. Um, Julio is questionable again. And on the wrong side of it, it looks like he's more of a game time decision than anything. Thankfully, this is at 1 o'clock for everybody. The big news is in New Orleans is Alvin Kamara will be out, as we all kind of know, and all why we're asking all these questions. Trevor Simeon's going to be starting as well. It looks like Mark Ingram will be getting the main volume carries. I don't trust any Saints, honestly, other than Ingram. And that's saying a lot. You know, there's no one really there that really scares me. Titans defense has actually looked pretty good lately. It's nice to see. And then, right now, I think that Ingram is really more of a volume play, if anything. For the Titans side, I might start Brown. I would definitely start Brown. I would probably start McNichols. McNichols ended up leading the running backs in snaps. Peterson did well with limited snaps, but McNichols led. Peterson only had 19 to Foreman's 20, or not 20, 12. So I think things will swing a little bit more towards Peterson this week. We'll see, because now he has a couple weeks into it. So it might change slightly, but based on game script, they might stay with him a little bit, just because I think the Titans are going to have this a little bit. Eh, that's just me though.
Yeah. So as far as a long term, look here, just really quick, we have Jonathan asking, so what do you do about Kamara? He says he wants to try to trade him, but there's only about 3 running backs he feels that would be worth trading him for. And of course, those 3, those owners aren't willing to give him up. And that's kind of the situation you come into with these, elite or, top end running backs. You're not really trading them. People always say, oh, yeah, go ahead and target this running back. But I doubt that owner is willing to give up their best running back for, whatever it is you're trying to give them.
Oh, for sure.
Unless it's like equal value. And then at that point, why are you trading anyway? They probably just would rather keep the guy they have already. So it just kind of puts you in a weird situation. But yeah, so Jonathan, we understand. you're probably kind of stuck with them. Unfortunately, you got to kind of ride it out, or be willing, to part them out, and do like a 3 for 2, or 4 for 2, and just try to get more quantity, instead of quality. And maybe you can, do something there if you're not, quite comfortable. So, maybe go more in on your tight end and your wide receivers, or upgrade your, quarterback or something like that to try to, make up for that point value, at that position. So, um, yeah. So, anything else you want to add in on that game there?
Not much. I mean, I would view maybe Mark Ingram as more of like a daily fantasy compared to a everyday type fantasy play. Just because of the fact that Titans have been doing well lately in all aspects of the game. Especially on defense. I actually picked up their defense. I had the Saints, and I ended up switching to the Titans because of what's going on in New Orleans. I was waiting for Kamara to be out to see if that actually happened or not. I was sticking with the Saints because of what's happening at with the Titans, but I think that the Titans are a little bit better off with what they have compared to what the Saints have. I know Ingram knows the system; he's been there before. He knows what he's doing, but you're having a backup to the backup run the whole thing. He got pulled last week when they were down. So I don't see really great things coming from this particular matchup, for the Saints. So,
Yeah. And you're starting, again, start sit show. So we are starting, of course, AJ Brown.
yep.
He did miss practice today, but doesn't carry a injury designation. Did the same thing last week. He's going to
Yeah,
probably
he's
kind
fine.
of do that. Julio obviously is a question mark.
He's the
But you're,
big one.
yeah. So
And Josh Reynolds is looking for a trade as well. So, or not even a trade. He's looking to be released at this point. So he might not even be available. I don't know specifics on it. But they also have, they have Chester Rogers. They have uh, the kid Westbrook that's out there, Nick Westbrook or whatever it is. I can't say the last name because I don't remember the second half of it. So he's there. He'll be able to help out. So
all good. All
mhm.
right. So we have Brooks in the house. What up? What up? What up,
Oh
Brooks?
yeah, I
How's
saw
it
this
going,
question.
man? He says pick two. He has McNichols, Benjamin, or one of Ty Johnson or T.Y. Hilton. I say one because these two are free agents, and I have one open spot. Technically, I can also drop one of McNichols or Benjamin to pick up both Ty Johnson or Hilton. So, what do you out of these four guys? Which two are you starting this week, Mike?
I like McNichols and Benjamin. I like him better. I liked what Arizona did with Benjamin and how well he, complemented Connor because we will see a heavy dose of Connor in that particular game. He is more the Chase Edmonds to James Connor. So they'll use him pretty much, throughout the game and especially if it's Colt McCoy. Because Colt definitely likes to check it down, and Connor can catch, but I think they're going to try to, utilize him a little more. Uh, Ty Johnson to me doesn't do anything. I mean, they're facing the Bills. I know that the Bills got beat by the Jaguars, but they didn't get beat by, they got beat by the Jags defense, not by by being that good. um, so honestly, I don't trust Ty Johnson in this particular matchup. Hilton, you're never going to get me to get Hilton to be the answer. I just don't. I don't see it. Like if even if he drops, even if he had a 200-yard game, I'd sit here and go okay, and just tell you next week not to pick him up. Like I don't trust him. Every week he's saying he seems to have an injury. He seems to get hurt. He's older. It's gotten to the point where he's just not worth it in my mind. Michael Pittman is the guy there. So
All
I
right.
just feel more comfortable with Nichols and Benjamin.
All right. For me, I'd probably go um, McNichols and Ty Johnson, myself, or maybe even and Ty Johnson. Again, I'm not too sure. Did have 9 carries for 39 yards and a touchdown last week. So that's halfway decent. Ty Johnson, we know, has been scoring double digits the last couple games. Again, it's just kind of a tough spot. I'd like to know who else you have out there. Maybe there's another player we can get into. Jonathan Saint, and Ty Johnson, and so yeah. So let's get into another game here, and then we'll get into some more questions. Let's go with the Atlanta Falcons at Dallas Cowboys. Shout out to Frank and Dustin. We know they'll be watching this game closely. We have the Cowboys favored by 9.5, 54.5 point over under. So tell me what's going on here. Are we gonna have another upset this week? Or do the Cowboys bounce back? Do the Falcons come back to earth? Break it down, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as we saw last week, Tyrod Smith was out, and that was a huge deal. I mean, we have Atlanta coming off a big win against New Orleans, like we were just talking about. The Cowboys are coming off an really embarrassing loss to the Broncos. Not to say that the Broncos are that bad, but at the same, the whole the whole AFC West is one big. They're all in first place in their division. So it's one of those things where they were short Tyrod Smith, and they're going to be short without him this week as well. Randy Gregory is also going to be going on IR. He ended up getting an injury during practice. To me, Tyron Smith is the cornerstone to that particular offensive line. He is, anytime that you see him out, if you look at the statistics when he's out, their team actually, and I'm not saying this because I'm a Giants fan and shitting on the Cowboys. It's more the concept that when he's not there, they don't play as well. And Zach Martin is a great lineman. He really is. He's a Pro Bowler. He's a All-American. He will be a Hall of Famer at one point. But the problem is that you cannot just do it by yourself. You have a bunch of secondary guys that are in there that aren't as good, that aren't, holding up that outside, rusher. And honestly, the Falcons aren't that bad. I'm a big fan of Grady Jarrett in the middle. I like what they have at linebacker. I can't even say the guy's name other. I know Deion Jones, but they have another guy, Okua or Kula. I can't say his name. Anyway, either way, they have a really decent defense. Their secondary is what's their biggest problem, but it's not because they can't get the pass rush. They can get in, and I think they're going to be okay in this particular game. I think this does hurt Dak slightly, just because without Tyron Smith, he actually does not do as well, and you can look at those stats as well. But I'm still going to play Zeke. I'm going to play Cooper and Lamb. I'm okay with playing those guys.
Schultz.
Oh yeah, Schultz is a safe play. He's one of those high floor guys that you can actually trust week to week. He gets 7 to 8 targets with 6 catches and 60 to 80 yards every week. He's a solid play if you need someone that's a little bit more steady. We haven't heard any word on Gallup yet, so I don't want to suggest playing Gallup if he's in, just because we don't know yet. They haven't released anything saying he has. They haven't said that he's gone through a full week. We'll have to wait and see. With him, I would suggest probably next week. For Atlanta, I do like Cordell Patterson. I mean, he's a must start every week for that team. You can't not play him. I know you don't want to play Matt Ryan. So yeah, I don't hate him. He's probably going to be more closer to the top of my QB2s than he would be in my bottom half of QB1s, if that makes any sense. He's still a solid quarterback. We saw what he could do last week against the Saints. I think the Saints have a better defense than the Cowboys, in my opinion. So if he's able to do that well against them, I feel like he can do just as well, if not better, against the Cowboys. So I don't see him as a horrible option if you need him. Um, so I had a guy in my league ended up picking him up so that the person he's playing couldn't. A good defensive strategy because he was the best option available. I was looking to get him so that I could have him for next week. But at the same time, I don't think he's a bad option this week. Patterson, like I said, is a good play. And I also, Kyle Pitts is slowly growing on me, but at the same time, I don't think he'll
Whoa,
be a
breaking
top.
news.
Oh no,
Breaking
I
news.
don't think he's going to be a top 8. I still don't think he's going to be a top 8, even though he's at 7 right now. Doesn't mean he's going to stay there. I think if I looked at it correctly for the tight ends, other than the top 3, I think everyone else below them is like within 3 points of one another. So I'm not really worried about that right now. But right now, you can play Pitts. I don't trust Gage as much as he did well this week. We're gonna have to wait and see. I mean, he's their best receiver, so we'll see. I wouldn't trust him though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with most of what you're saying, um, in this game here. So I'm not going to dwell too much on that.
Mhm.
With that said, I don't know if you mentioned, Pollard in that, but we do have
No,
a
I didn't.
question from FF Season. So it works out
Sure.
perfectly. He says, who should I start in the super flex? He has Gibson, Pollard, Taysom Hill, or Ramondre Stevenson.
See, that's a tough one for me. I mean, Gibson's not a bad play. He's had an extra week to kind of heal. Pollard I do like as well, just because he does well every so often. Um, oh, nice. Very cool. He does well every so often. So I don't know really how to feel about Pollard. Super flex, you want to play that quarterback. So, I don't mind that, but at the same time, Taysom is a hard choice unless he's starting. If he's playing the whole game and at quarterback, then I feel a lot more better about that. Ramondre, we don't know about until game time. So I think Gibson's probably your best bet.
Yeah, to me, it's between Gibson and Pollard.
Yeah.
But to maybe help us decide on that, we have our boy Martin from the Dynasty Pylon.
What
What's
up?
up,
Hey,
Martin?
what's up, man?
What up, man? How's it going?
Good. Just got
Good day.
home, so
Oh, very nice.
yeah.
Perfect.
Very nice. Home from practice or?
I went out tonight, so
Oh, okay.
Good for you.
One of those
Yeah.
things. Good for you, man.
Tomorrow
Work-
we got a scrimmage, so I'm not gonna be on 4 hours like you guys normally.
Oh, no.
We're not going to be on that long either.
we're trying to get a good show here, man. So that was good. But we'll just throw you right in the fire, man. We
Yeah,
have
that's fine.
our boy here, FF Season, regular of the show. He's asking, who do I start here in a super flex? He has the options of Gibson, Pollard, Taysom Hill, or Ramondre Stevenson. If you were in this situation, what are you doing for that super flex spot?
All right, so where are we at? Say it one more time. So I heard Gibson, Ramondre Stevenson.
Tony Pollard or
Okay.
Taysom Hill. That's
Taysom
tough.
Hill is not the QB. He's not playing this week. He's not playing.
No, he's playing, but he's not going to play as a QB as
He's
like
not
a starting
playing.
QB.
I still wouldn't. I
Yeah.
don't like what
I
they
agree.
utilize him as. He's an automatic out. Gibson, I think you would probably put Tony Pollard. I think he's probably the safest bet.
Mhm.
Gibson, I understand that, he has that extra week, and I heard you say that as well.
Yeah.
But regardless of the fact, it is a fracture.
Yeah.
It's a hairline fracture. I've had one of those. Those things need to be in the cast. Gibson is forever going to be, in order for him to get 100% back, he needs to take the season off, and he's going to have to put it in a cast. And that sucks. At some point, you should be able to be, you should be rostering McKissick.
Yeah,
I have
for sure.
McKissick. If in one of my leagues, 2 of my leagues, I have Gibson, and I have McKissick as the backup. Like it's just automatic. I'm not putting Gibson in, but from those 4, Ramondre Stevenson, I think he's banged up right now as well.
Yes.
Concussion,
Yeah,
So-
they haven't cleared him from concussion protocol yet.
Right,
He's
right.
questionable, but he's on the better end of it apparently. It's a weird situation. The Patriots are a pain in the ass when it comes to injury reports.
They are. Very much so.
They're all questionable. Everybody's questionable, and I just sit there and except for Jamie Collins, which we'll go over later. I mean, he's the only one that's doubtful. Like we know he's out. Like beyond that, everyone else is questionable. So it's so hard to tell what's going to happen with this. We won't know until Saturday when they're cleared from concussion protocol. So,
I think your safest right now is Pollard for sure, and then Gibson. As I in my ordered ranking, I put Pollard, Stevenson.
ooh,
Yeah.
Then Gibson,
If he
then
clears, I would put
Okay.
Stevenson over Gibson. I just look. I don't know how much you've watched my show, but I've
No, I
seen
do.
physical therapy is what I'm studying right now, and I've learned about these certain issues that bones take time to heal. That's an off-season thing for Gibson. That he's gonna. I don't care. You had a week or two off. That's not gonna be healed. The hairline fracture is
I agree.
not healed. He's gonna go out there. Yeah, he'll get 15 snaps. What I think is what's happening is that fracture is kind of cutting into his shin at an angle.
Yep.
And so whenever he puts pressure on it, the top portion is pushing against the bottom portion.
Yep.
So if he's leading off, like if he's running in this direction, the top portion of the bone is the fracture is pushing down on the bottom. So when he pushes off, it's not so much pain. It's when he probably stops or when he cuts back. If he has to do like someone's coming across him, I bet you and guarantee you it's going to hurt him if he does a quick stop to dodge someone going in front of him. I guarantee you that's probably what it is. But for sure it's bothering him. I don't like Tampa Bay's defense. They're pretty stacked over there.
Oh, for sure.
So it's going to be Pollard and Gibson until Stevenson's going to get cleared.
Okay.
Then I'll put Steven instead of Gibson. But Pollard's the safest one.
I'd have to
Atlanta
agree.
sucks.
I could. You changed my mind.
I'm an Atlanta fan. Like
no, yeah, but that was my point.
They suck. I don't care. I'm allowed to say that.
It's okay. I'm gonna be playing Akula or Akulanin or whatever.
Say Lucan.
There you go, Lucan. There we go.
There it is.
Be playing him.
See, good thing Martin came in to save you on that one because
he definitely. No,
I wasn't trying it myself.
I know he knew because we've had that conversation on his show before, and I just can never say his name, and they said it. I was like, nah, I know he knows.
Absolutely.
Say Lucan. He's probably one of the best linebackers, just as good as Deion Jones.
Oh, I agree, and I was thinking of switching it to Deion, and then I'm like, no, I'm just gonna leave it.
There you go.
Sometimes it's his week, sometimes it's the other week.
And again, big shout out to the Dynasty Pylon. He's our IDP guy. Make sure you check out his shows. Dynasty Pylon. Go,
anybody who's in here,
there.
Check out my channel.
Yep.
I'm giving out a jersey just like this.
Ooh.
Yeah. At 100 subscribers, right? Help him get there.
Hell yeah.
Get there.
I need 3
Congrats,
more.
Bro.
We need 3 of you guys.
A specific video. You go to that video. It's the 100 subscriber video. It's like 2 minutes long. Watch it, like it, comment it, and in that you got to put the phrase in there. I'm not going to say what it is, but you got to go watch.
Got to watch the video.
Got to watch the video. So just 2 minutes. 2 minutes of your life. All right, go watch it right now. Come back or watch until we're done here. But and then subscribe. Put the phrase in there, and it's a jersey of your team's liking. So if you're a Cardinals fan, you get a Cardinals jersey, but it'll say Dynasty Pylon and it's going to have the number 1. You're going to be the first jersey
giveaway.
I like it.
I love it, man.
So yeah,
and you still got to hook me up with the guy because I need to get right jersey.
I know we were talking about that last time.
I talked to Michael about that. We're gonna have to wait till the offseason because this guy is.
I know it's just the guy.
Pretty busy.
It's
Den Boys is actually in that contest right now. So
absolutely. I'm gonna get up in there too.
I will be there shortly.
Have to throw the link up in the chat.
I'm winning that jersey right here.
Absolutely. Oh, don't you worry, I will be.
Absolutely. All right, so plug for us as well here too. Hit that description. Make sure you go down, check out the Get Right Fantasy Network Sleeper channel. When you do, obviously we have a bunch of different perks. You can upload your rosters, a bunch of fantasy football minds out there to help us answer your questions that you have any time of the day or night. And one of the best parts about the Sleeper channel network that we have here on Get Right is our Magoat's interesting fact of the day. So Dim Boys, you were reading my mind. Magoat's interesting fact of the day. The huddle was first used in the 1890s by quarterback Paul Hubbard, who was deaf. Hubbard was concerned the other team could interpret his hand signals, so he brought his teammates into a round formation to call the plays. So to me, that's awesome. Awesome, interesting fact of the day. So we have that in there. I'll throw that up in the chat. And looks like we
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go.
And
So I
that,
wanted
and
to
that
put
was
that
the
in
same
there.
reason why they had I think it was close to the same reason wwhy they had the hand signals for the referees. Because I think one of the referees was deaf, and it started like a whole trend, and that's why you see the the holding, too many men on the field, all that stuff.
All that stuff. See,
Yeah.
so that's cool. So welcome back. Technical
Yeah, that's
issues.
embarrassing. My
It's okay.
laptop
It
died.
happens. It's all good. It's all
It was plugged in, and I looked. I'm like, oh, the power cord's not in.
That's funny.
Oh, one of those. Those are the best.
Yeah,
Those are the best.
I'm good now.
Oh man. All right. So all good. So all you missed was our Magoat's interesting fact of the day. I know you're part of the Get Right Sleeper community in there. As you know, you get that interesting fact of the day there from Magoats. And so today's was definitely an interesting one, letting us know how the huddle was first formed. So pretty cool fact of the day. So all right, so let's get into another breakdown here, and then we'll jump into the chats again. We'll try to answer those questions a little quicker as we get through them, so we can. So let's see. So we'll get into the next game here. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Indianapolis Colts. We have the Colts favored by 10.5 and 47 point over under. So they're not expecting too many points in this one. Obviously, the big news here
Better
is
than yesterday.
yeah, Jacksonville's coming off that. I guess you would say
Huge.
small, huge win over the Buffalo Bills, who are potential MVP candidate over there, camped up any points against Jacksonville. So Mike, break it down. I'll let you guys talk about it here. I have to go talk to my son. He was in the championship game tonight in Ventura. So it looks like he's calling. So I got to make sure they're going away. So I'm going to pop off, let you guys get to it, but I will be right back. So tell us how this game's going to go down, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like Anthony said, we had the Jags coming off a huge win against the Bills. We had a Josh Allen on Josh Allen crime. What was it? It was a sack, an interception, and a forced fumble recovery.
Oh yeah, he was all over.
He was all over Josh Allen last week. It was. Oh, well, Josh Allen from the Jaguars was all over Josh Allen of
what
the
I've
Buffalo
been saying
Bills.
Is 41-17.
There you go. 41 was all over 17.
Because we do IDP on our show, so we
I know.
Distinguish the guys. I'm like,
did you make him a pick?
What's up?
Did you make him a pickup this week?
He should have already been on people's rosters.
Okay, fair enough.
If you're DL, I did not. Look, life happens. We weren't able to do the IDP waiver show on Tuesday night. Yeah, so we just kind of like, well, screw it. We'll just took the night off.
You should. Hey, you, actually, for those who don't know, Martin serves Army, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
It serves for our Army, and happy Veterans Day for you guys, and thank you for all you do.
Much appreciated.
It's a huge deal. We really do appreciate all of that, and it's great to know that. It's one of the things I really enjoy. Just beyond football, it's great to hear.
Oh yeah, it's a crazy schedule, but I
was gonna say I don't know.
Break out videos, man.
I don't know how you do it. You do school, you do this, you do that.
I have football practice. Season starts in January after, so it helps at the show.
Martin does it all. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, dude, I'm all over the place.
Martin does it all, and he's got a wonderful wife or a fiance, right? Or wife?
No, wife. No,
wife.
I'm married.
And you guys. No, and she does. Is she still doing the picks?
She's doing it this Saturday.
Okay, nice.
I've been out of town, just doing these
doing your
military
thing.
duties. She had to go do something once, so we've missed out 3 weekends. But she's back this Saturday.
Perfect.
And this one's going to be a little bit harder because she's actually going to take the records. Where at
Okay.
the beginning it was like, okay, I'm
just gonna pick.
going to pick crime rate or their mascot or whatever her logic thinking of it all this. But this time I think she's going to make their records because I think she went Lions. I'm like, babe, they suck. Like, they're good, but this far off of good because they keep losing. But yeah, no, in our show, go back to the Josh Allen thing.
Yeah.
I was distinguished them as 41-17.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, it was crazy. It was just crazy.
Oh, that game was incredible.
I can't believe what I saw. Look, Josh Allen, 17, put up probably 2 big duds this season.
Yeah.
And that was one of them. And I really needed that game. And I think I only got like 11 points on that one in our league. So I was like,
yeah. I mean, and it's tough because it looks like they played down to their competition. You know, Jags are not that great, but they did very well against this particular, high-powered offense, which is hard to see. Injury-wise, we're trying to, right now, the Jaguars side, the only big injury that we're worried about is James Robinson. He's listed as questionable. He practiced in limited capacity on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. The only one that's out on the Colts is Xavier Rhodes, which does help guys like Marvin Jones and Laviska Shenault a little bit, even though Rhodes hasn't been playing well all year.
Jamal Agnew, don't forget about it.
No, I know Rock, Rock on Sin and all that. I'm just saying, I'm beyond. He's not bad. So for me, it's one of those things where those guys are out. They're a little bit more viable. I feel like you can definitely beat them on the outside for this particular game. Jonathan Taylor is a must start. Michael Pittman, of course, is a must start. I also think Carson Wentz is starting to be a good start as well. He's starting. He's starting to get into his own. He's running, doing well. I guess his ankles are healed. Jags side of the ball is a little different. I'd be okay with playing James Robinson if he's healthy or active in this particular case. He might not get his full workload that he normally does. He might go a little more 60-40, but I still feel like he can do well with those, 60% of the carries. And also Marvin Jones isn't a bad, option. I think this is the last week I'm going to trust him though, because I'm getting sick and tired of like waiting for him to do something. Because, the last few years he's been a very consistent, wide receiver. We always expect a lot from him. And then there's those games where he goes off and has like 3 touchdowns, for 2 weeks. And, we sit there and go, what the hell?
Yeah, but he doesn't have Stafford throwing to him anymore. So that's the problem.
And that's the hard part. So hopefully we can see a little bit of a turnaround from Marvin Jones this week. Dan Arnold, I actually think is a great play this week if you're really short at tight end. 17 targets, 12 receptions, and 128 yards in the last 2 weeks. That's actually a pretty solid floor in my opinion. Him and Lawrence seem to have a good rapport. I'm okay with playing him if you need to. He's also a really good dynasty play, or not dynasty, DFS play as well, just because he's super cheap. Most guys, you see him at the bottom and you're like, holy crap, he's $4,800. What the hell? He might be worth it if you're looking to spend up on a couple other guys, since, guys like Kupp, Cooper Kupp, Patrick Mahomes,
Kelsey, all those $8,000 guys.
Yeah, all those guys are going to be out this week, so he might be a bit, not a bad play for DFS.
So names I didn't hear in there that are probably guys people have questions about. Shenault, Nyheim Hines. What are we doing with guys like this?
I don't feel comfortable playing Shenault yet. He still hasn't shown me anything. I'd rather play Jamal Agnew, to be completely honest.
Ooh, that's where I was going to go next.
Yeah, Agnew, I'd rather play. He looks like he has a spot in that offense.
He's the one. He's the number one.
Yeah, which is sad. He's a returner.
He is the one. Look, there's a thing with Jamal Agnew, and the people are like, why is a DB playing receiver? He came into the league as a DB.
Wow.
Number 39, he was a DB. He originally came in drafted as a DB. did a little bit of punt return. It was funny story is this offseason, he trained himself more as a receiver
Interesting.
only to better himself as a DB. And then I guess with injuries and whatever, he started taking reps with the receivers. And I don't know, YouTube, I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, he got a lot better. And here he is. For 3 weeks in Sleeper, if you were in an IDP league, you were able to put a receiver
Really?
in the
That's
DB
awesome.
slot. It wasn't until the main, like the 4th week, Sleeper caught on, and he now transitioned from the DB no longer was there. It's just receiver. So on Sleeper you see just receiver, but at one point it was DB receiver. It was the funniest
Wow.
thing. Yeah,
Wow.
and people were putting him as IDP league. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
secret code for 3 weeks, and then they
And then they
took it
got
out.
rid of that. No, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right. So anything else, anybody else in here that we missed on this game, or
No, I mean
pretty
tight
kind of
ends.
straightforward on
You
that one?
can't you can't trust guys like Mo Alley Cox and Jack Doyle. I like Mo Alley Cox, I really do, but it's hard to trust. And I think didn't they get Miles Jack back?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
so.
he
Yeah.
So
should-
Miles Jack is, he's going to be back too. So that, I love Miles Jack. It's just it's a thing. I wanted the Giants to draft him very badly, but
There
it
it
didn't
is.
happen that way.
All right, we'll get to some questions here. I know they've been flying by, so I'm gonna go back and forth. Newer questions, older questions. So hang in there with us, guys. If you're there in the chat, we'll try to get to as many questions as we can. We have McCurley Wolf. How's it going? How do we feel about Saquon Barkley? Not playing this week, obviously on a bye. But just quickly, are we buying? Are we selling? Are we holding? What are we doing with Barkley? Let's go with Martin.
I am holding. I'm holding. I think this is all right.
Someone you're trying to target? Is it someone you're trying to target, or
Yeah,
just if
why
you
not?
have
I
them,
mean, look, we've
Okay.
waited for so long. It's like, it's like that big, you're like if you're commission or something, like it's that first sale that you do, right? Like you've been waiting so long. We've waited almost 2 seasons already. All right, we know how talented he is. You know what's crazy is he's only 24 years old.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just shocked. I looked at it this season. I was like, holy crap! I thought he's like 26, but no, he's only 24. Like I think I would probably keep him for a couple of weeks, and I think that look, the Giants' schedule from here on out gets a lot easier.
After Tampa Bay.
Look, right now, I think Daniel Jones is a good solid pickup as a backup QB.
I agree.
Something happens, yours. The schedule for the Giants gets a lot easier. I think they have 1 or 2 difficult games, but for that, the rest of they can get you all the way to week 16, maybe 15. I can't remember which. I looked at it earlier.
No, you're right.
I think I like Saquon here, and the way the running backs are going, everyone and their mom is breaking ankles, ribs, arms. I don't know. They're just all just disappeared. So, and then we see guys like Benjamin coming in, who we don't know if you want to stash or not because we don't know if they're going to be good. I think that at this point, if you have an injured running back, you just kind of have to wait till they come back. I'm holding. I like Saquon.
There it is.
They're going to have to rely on him a lot.
Pretty much agree with everything you were just saying. Anything you want to add on that, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, being the good old Giants fan, I mean, honestly, I've always been a fan of him regardless. He's going to do fine when he comes back. He's had extra time to heal. They're playing on Monday night, so he'll have a little more time to heal on top of that. They are playing the Bucs, which is, a tough matchup coming back. But after that, the Eagles, the Dolphins, the Chargers, the Cowboys.
But remember, pass catching backs have been quite successful against that Tampa Bay, and we know.
I was going to bring that up when we were talking about him.
We'll get into it more. McCurley Wolf, hang out
concept.
with us. We'll break it down more when we get into that Giants preview there as well too. But I wanted to get to that. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button for us. We are donating $1 to the St. Jude's Children's Foundation for every new subscriber between now and December 1st. So let your friends know about us. Have them go in, search for Get Right Fantasy Network. Have them hit that subscribe button, and it costs them nothing. It will cost Dustin $1 as well as Dim Boys and his family pledging. And again, shout outs to
And
Jonathan
others.
Smith and all the others who have made just flat donations as well. I believe Cody, Magoats, and other folks in there as well too. So again, just shout out to everybody there in the Get Right community, man. We appreciate it. So without any further ado here, kind of old question here. Sorry, Dim Boys. We knew you'd stick with us here. We haven't forgot about you. He has a question here with Chubb out. Obviously, with the COVID, he was ruled out today. Should he go Mitchell or Daryl Williams this week?
Oof.
Doesn't look like CEH is coming back. He is getting close, probably a week or two away. We'll get into that more in the preview, but just quickly here, no big explanation. Pick one, Mitchell or Williams.
I'm going to go Williams.
What about you, Martin?
Man. I think I'm going to have to agree, dude.
Yeah. Rams D.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be...
it's going to be a tough road.
Niners have more weapons, so they're going to have to utilize everything. So I think Mitchell might get a little less run there. So
I agree. And he's banged up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably go Daryl Williams as well this week. But I am starting Mitchell myself in another league because he's the best option I have. It's either him or Javonte Williams. So I have the other Williams, not Daryl Williams, but Javonte Williams. So I'm starting Mitchell over him. All right. So he also says McNichols, Pollard, or Drake in place of Kamara. So he lost Kamara. That's a huge downgrade. You're going from Kamara to McNichols, Pollard, or Drake. But out of these three, which one would you go with? Martin, put you on the spot first.
That's fine. I like Pollard.
Pollard?
Yeah.
Mike?
I like Pollard.
I like Pollard too. I'd probably go Pollard, Drake, McNichols if I wanted to rank them.
Yeah. That Saints front seven is pretty nasty.
Oh, yeah. They are.
So definitely McNichols last.
Yeah.
There we go. I agree. Just quickly here. Season, I don't know if we can get into this like real crazy rest of the season, but how many receivers would you take over Diggs? I'd say maybe 6 or 7 just off the top of my head. That I could probably, like a little more than Diggs, but
not many.
Again, not based on just pure talent. It would be like 3 or 4. I mean, that's how I had him ranked at the beginning of the year. But again, with the emergence of Manny Sanders.
Yeah, but Sanders got a goose last week. So that's
still
where
gets targets, though.
He didn't even have a target. He was literally out on the field, but didn't get anything. And Beasley ended up getting, I think, 11 for 8.
They scored 6 points in that game. That was
Buffalo's hard, though.
We're going to throw that out of the game.
Buffalo's difficult.
I get that, but my point is that he still got a goose, even though he was still part of the offense. Yes, Buffalo's a pain in the ass to figure out.
There's too many weapons.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, like this week, I'm actually, we'll get there, but we'll talk about them in a minute. But honestly, it's so hard to figure out what they're going to be doing. Like this week, I have a choice between playing Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, Dawson Knox, and Dalvin and Devin Singletary. I can play all 4 without a problem.
There it is. Defensive question for you, Mike.
Yeah.
Do we drop Dallas defense for the Titans defense this week with Kamara out?
Yeah.
And they have the Texans next week. What about you, Martin? You're a defensive guy.
Wow, that's bold.
I would.
You would drop Dallas defense.
Yeah, in a heartbeat. Heartbeat.
That's tough.
But then he also said for next week as well for the Texans, huh?
Yeah. I would do it because of the concept of next week and the fact that they just lost Randy Gregory for 3 weeks. They don't have a pass rush. They don't have DeMarcus Lawrence. They don't have anything on, that can resemble somewhat of a, reasonable defense.
Parsons is hard.
No. Let's be clear. Parsons is a good individual defensive player. The defense as a whole is everywhere. Not. I know he is, but
he is the whole Dallas.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
Him and Diggs cover the whole field between the two of them.
I don't know.
But this should be validation enough. If Dim Boys is saying to drop the Dallas D for the Titans D, then
I dropped the Saints.
You have to go with
the Titans D.
You have to go with it. All right, so we'll keep it moving along.
It's not comfortable to say. Dude.
No, I didn't like doing it. I felt dirty.
Yeah, it's tough, but these are the kind of moves we have to be ahead of, guys. Can't take the name off the defense, I guess you'd say in this one.
Wow.
So Ian Kesh says, "What's up, guys?
What up, Ian?
Which guy would you rather, start here? Mark Ingram or Darrell Williams in full PPR?
Oof.
Mark Ingram or Darrell Williams full PPR?
Full PPR, I'm going Darrell Williams.
I'm going Mark Ingram. He's the only back there. I don't know if CEH is actually.
No, he won't play.
Okay.
He already said that he's a stretch. Andy Reid already said he's a stretch.
I don't. Yeah, I now remember that.
I
just the whole thing that's going in KC. I can't trust it right now. I know at least for sure that Mark Ingram is the one. But Trevor Siemian, I trust him more than I do KC right now. It sucks.
That front line of the Titans, though, Justin Simmons.
Look, they're gonna rely on him.
I know.
Look, if you're starting to if there's people out there comfortably gonna put Mark Ingram in their lineups, I for one have him in one of my lineups.
Yeah, I picked him up.
I'm just saying, Titans have been showing up, which is crazy because they sucked at the beginning and then all of a sudden they just decide to come out of the woodwork. But I still put Mark Ingram over him.
Hold on. Does this help your particular situation? Tyron Armstead is out.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't care.
Just saying.
I don't care.
It's
sticking hard, man.
Question.
I'm sticking
it's a valid question, and on top of that, I think Pete is out on IR if I remember correctly. I have to look, but
there it is.
Saying.
I have Williams 2 spots ahead. I have Williams at 19 and Ingram at 21.
Yeah, I just like I like Williams
that more, but that's where I'm at right now tonight. So, Dim Boys agrees with myself. Look at
Williams.
Hey, look, Williams.
I'll be on a lonely island.
Hey, man, I get it. No, honestly, dude, I picked up Mark Ingram just because I knew that he would be the volume guy. Like I said it before when we were talking about him. He's a volume play. Like he's gonna get 20 carries in that game. Like I get it. The hard part is that how he's gonna get 20 carries for like 20 yards. That's the problem. Like I just don't see it.
I just rather have him face. They're
going to stack the box
than having Darrell Williams against Las Vegas.
Yeah, but they're going to be stacking the box, and I think both scenarios. I think you can outplay the Raiders' front four to the outside. I know is Perriman playing?
I think he should be back this week. Yeah,
I was going to say because I remember seeing he was hurt.
He was last week. I don't even think he played last week, but I think he's back for sure.
Okay, because if he was out, I'd be a little bit more. I'm looking right now. I don't see him on the injury report. So if he's there, and Jonathan Hankins is there, I feel
Crosby,
yeah. I love Crosby and all them, but that's my point. You can beat them to the outside. I think that they're more pass rush oriented than they are run stopping. That it makes it a little bit easier to dump that pass off to the outside. I just see them trying to do something like that to keep Mahomes a little bit more, honest and keeping it short compared to.
I'm going to stop you there, Mike, because we're going to get into that breakdown and that preview.
I know.
Got to get through these questions, man. We can't go into 10-minute answers for every question. We want to get to all these questions here.
Working on.
But we appreciate your insight, man. But that's why we love you, man. So again, I'm just going to move it along here. Jonathan saying McKissick, Michael Carter, or Eli Mitchell. Pick 2. Rest of the season, just real quickly since it's rest of the season. But
rest of the season,
yeah,
tough question.
It's hard to answer. But again, with what we know now, give me Carter and Mitchell.
Yeah, I would have to go with
just
that
because.
Just because. You know what? I might be the one odd man out. I'll go McKissick.
Maybe McKissick and Mitchell.
I'll go McKissick and Mitchell.
God, I don't think Gibson's going to make the season.
No, that's my point. That's where I'd rather go.
Gibson's going to fall at some point.
At one point, yeah.
There you go.
It's going to happen.
Dim Boys is saying Carter and Mitchell. And again, we're a little behind on these. And Dim Boy says he is winning that jersey. Shout out to Dynasty Pylon and his 100 subscriber giveaway. No. Make sure you get over.
It's going to look nice in Dallas. So.
Yeah, jump over there and hit that subscribe button for us and for them. All right, man. So Kane's back. What's up, Kane? Saying hi.
What up, Kane?
We have a Adrian Peterson Beat your son.
I love it
Sighting here.
every
What's up,
time.
Adrian? He gets me every time, man. He says, okay, is it weird for me to say I feel like if I don't do anything to my teams, I will win? And I hate it. I'm so used to making changes, but now I reach my team's absolute limit.
Yeah.
So don't trade yourself out. Sometimes
Yeah.
you can overtrade. So just always be careful on that. So we'll fly through this here. Bamboo, what's up, man? Welcome back.
What up,
Who should I
Bamboo?
bench from the collective of these players at the wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, and flex spot? Keenan Allen, Adam Thielen, Deontay Johnson, or Mark Ingram. So basically, you're benching one of these guys. Who do we sit?
Ingram.
I think I sit Ingram as well in a full PPR.
Yeah, if it's full PPR, Ingram for sure.
Yeah.
And then just keep an eye on Allen. He may or may not play. I think things are saying he is leaning towards
No,
playing,
he's
but
fine.
Yeah,
He's fine.
he is dealing with that knee, so there is a chance maybe he doesn't make it through the game. So if you
Yeah.
want to play it a
It's a
little
4 o'clock.
safer,
Yeah.
if you want to play it a little safer, you can start Ingram over Allen. But if they say he's a go, I'm starting him for sure. So we have and Bamboo saying, and thanks for the advice, guys. Bamboo's been with us here for a couple weeks
Nice.
now, and he's saying thanks for the advice so far. He's 6-3, so love hearing it. The success stories, for when we're helping people out there, if we're helping you make your decisions, it's not us, it is you setting your own lineup. But if we're giving you that insight to help you make those decisions and it's working out, then that's what we want to hear. That's what we're here for. Tyler Sperry says start Beasley, or is Gallup going to be ready, or AJ Green? So basically start one, or just it's easier if we do it this way. Just rank them for me. What order are you ranking these guys this week?
Beasley, Green, Gallup.
I think I agree with that. What about you, Martin?
I have Green in last.
Okay.
Really? Even with
Yeah.
Hopkins as a possible game, he's a late game time decision.
Murray's not even sure if he's gonna play this week.
That's the point I'm making.
That's why I put him last.
Yeah,
So I put him last. If Murray doesn't play, I mean, it looks like he will, but I'd
rather have Colt McCoy and AJ Green than I played Christian Kirk last week. Actually, Christian Kirk is probably my the one that I like more. But I played Christian Kirk last week, being the wide receiver 1. He actually did pretty well. So for me, I feel like AJ Green, who has been doing well all year, even with Kyler Murray, I think that even with Colt McCoy, he can do well. He's got to throw to somebody. AJ Green was an elite receiver for years. I still feel like he's actually done pretty well in his time in Arizona. I don't feel like he's a step down from what he used to be. Beasley is definitely a PPR guy that you can definitely trust. I like him. With Knox back, I think it might turn him down a tad, but not a lot. I still like Green more, and Gallup we don't know about. So
Jeremy Chin is gonna be all over him like water on rice, dude. I'm telling you right now. Jeremy Chin is gonna light it up.
No, they're not going to put him at corner. They're not putting him at corner.
Gallup is the safest with Dak.
Remember,
because they're against Atlanta. Atlanta sucks.
Come on.
And hold on. And there's too many mouths. And look, this is why I'm here.
I know. That's why I'm telling you. They're going to put Stephon on him. They're not going to put
too many mouths in freaking Buffalo. Gallup is the safest. I'm telling you. Look, AJ Green is going to get shut out by freaking Jeremy Chin.
No. He's going to be facing Stephon Gilmore. Jeremy Chin is not going to be playing corner. There's no way.
Okay, he's not going to play corner, but as a safety, he's going to line up. He's going to be there. I'm telling you, he's going to crack.
No, he's going to be on Ertz the whole time.
I'm going to record it. I'm going to send it to you guys.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to show you. He's going to be on Ertz.
Make sure you include me on that.
He's going to be on Ertz.
Pause my TV, take a picture, and send it to you. We'll see, man.
I'm telling you, man.
I love it.
Gilmore's coming in. They're going to play him. And then they got Henderson, too, that just came in, too. So they're going to.
Well, as for me, Gallup, Beasley, Green. That's my rankings.
All right.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. What's up, Dylan? Dylan saying, hey, Rasta, I watched yours and Frank's Hot Ones challenge last night and laughed for about 15 minutes straight.
Nice.
He said I was going through it. Yeah, I was, man. Frank and I mentioned that on the Wednesday show. We started going off on a tangent and mentioned our Hot Ones challenge.
Nice.
So it looks like Dylan went on a search and found that and got himself a laugh in that one. So If you want a little insight into who we are outside of fantasy football, you can check that out as well. That was real fun to do with Frank, man. So
Nice.
big shout out. Appreciate that. So keep the questions coming, guys. We'll be here. We'll get into some more breakdowns here. So
Another
let's
shout
get
out to
into it.
Dylan.
Oh yeah.
They just they got themselves into the contest for the jersey. So
Hey, that's
Nice.
what's up,
Hey.
baby.
sub,
That's what we
like, and
do.
everything. I just got the
I
notification.
told you
so
I'm gonna be there. I'm
Absolutely.
gonna be
They're
there
in.
soon, just not now.
There it
Can't
is.
do it in the middle of this.
Shout out
Appreciate
real
it,
quick.
Dylan. That's what we do, man. We're supporting each other here. And again, Martin's there for all your IDP, your dynasty talk. This is more of a, we do more redraft here. We're
Dynasty
getting into more
Bylaw.
dynasty, but that's why we bring them on. We bring in the experts to make sure we're covering all this stuff. And so Dylan's saying yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, sir.
So he's trying to get himself a jersey there. All right, man. So let's get into it. We'll break down our next game here. We have the Cleveland Browns. Interesting topic. At New England Patriots. The Patriots at home are only favored by 2. 45-point over under. So it looks like it's going to be more of a defensive issue going on here. A lot of ball control. 2 offenses that like to just run the ball and take control. Obviously, the big OBJ news. Cleveland cutting him. OBJ
Thank
going to the
God.
Rams. We'll get into that more when we talk about
mad.
when we talk about the Monday night breakdown there. We'll save that for the end of the show. But for now, tell us how this game is going to go down, Mike. Who we starting, who we sitting.
Yeah, I mean, the Browns are coming off a huge divisional win against the Bengals. They played well. You definitely saw that, Chubb went off for that particular game. But unfortunately, for this particular game, they will not have Chubb, and they won't have Demeric Felton as well.
Dimitri Felton, yeah.
Dimitri Felton, there we go. He'll be out on COVID IR, so unfortunately they won't have it. But this means that Dearness Johnson gets another opportunity to lead the backfield.
Fire him.
Yeah, I can't wait.
He's a start.
Oh, he's a star for sure. I'm not even going to.
DFS.
Oh, DFS even more. Just line him up. I love Dearness Johnson a lot in this particular game. Right now, the only Patriots injury we know about, like we were talking about before, is Jamie Collins. He's listed as doubtful. So we know for a fact he's more than likely going to be out. We're still trying to figure out Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson. They're both still in concussion protocol as far as we're aware. We should know tomorrow a little bit more about their particular situation. Both are going to be closer to a game time decision. They are leaning a little bit more towards Stevenson right now. Being ready. So we'll see. On the Pat side of the ball, I'm good with starting guys like Stevenson if he's available. If he's not, you load up Brandon Bolden if you have him. I have him in a couple leagues. I have him in the listener league. Definitely going to load him up if he's going to be there. Even though the Browns are the 10th best against the running back this season, it's a little tough. It's a little hard to start Jacoby Myers after last week. I think he only had like 1 catch for 7 yards. He's going against Denzel Ward. That's another guy. Martin can tell you he's a true shutdown corner. So I definitely, I have a hard time starting him if necessary. I was kind of hoping OBJ went to the Pats just because of the concept of, freeing up Myers. It is what it is. Right now, I wouldn't start Mac Jones. Cleveland is second in sacks with 27 on the year. So I don't feel comfortable playing him. If you want to play a defense, Cleveland might be the one to play. I'm slowly thinking about starting them over the Titans, but we'll see. But I also think that, I heard reports and stuff that the Pats might use Jonnu Smith in the backfield as a running back. I don't trust it. Don't.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
No, you're
that.
the only
Yeah,
one that
I saw
heard
that.
that. Yeah,
Oh, no.
I was like, oh.
No, it came up on the sleeper thing, and I'm like, what? And then I looked everywhere else, and I'm like, is there any other source that's saying this? Because
High school days.
No, don't even
Yeah,
get me
coach,
started.
I used to play
some
running
of the
back in high
sleeper.
school.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is like some of the sleeper reports that come out are all from like this place called NBC Edge, which are they've had really conflicting reports lately, and I just don't trust them at all. it is what it is.
Put
Anyway,
them on blast. Put them on blast, Mike.
hey,
Tell
I
'em.
I
Tell the
like
people.
Sleeper. Honestly, they come out with quick things, but they're not as quick as some other guys. And on top of that, they are giving out some bad information in some situations. So it's kind of hard to trust at all, you know. So it is what it is. I'm definitely playing Dearness Johnson. We're cool with that. You might be forced into playing Jarvis Landry. Good luck. I wouldn't play him
Peoples
unless
Jones, Higgins, are they
yeah.
playable this week at all?
People Jones, maybe Higgins. I've always liked Higgins, but he always disappoints me.
He's been a hot ad this last week after his game
Higgins,
last week.
really?
No,
Oh,
Peoples
Peoples.
Jones.
Yeah, no, he's a big ad. He did well last week. I would think he would be added too. You know, uh, Patriots are good against the tight end, so it's hard to trust guys like Hooper. But I don't mind playing guys like Hooper. I think he's a good safety valve. Just my own opinion. I like him a lot. You know, you can still play Hunter Henry on the Pat side, but lower your expectations.
There it is.
Yeah.
I think we covered all the guys there. You did a good one job on that. Martin, anything else you want to add on that one?
No,
If
man,
not,
you
I'm going to
couldn't
get
say
into.
more perfect.
Yeah, no, you broke
Yeah,
that one
try,
down
bro.
good, Mike. Good research. Again, we roll our sleeves up here at Get Right, man. We're doing this research to bring it to you guys. So that's how it is. FF season update from his earlier question says he just picked up Colt McCoy. He was the one that had that super flex question with Gibson and Pollard and Taysom Hill and somebody else. And so he says he did pick up Colt McCoy. So now basically in this situation, if Kyler does sit and it is Colt McCoy, would you start McCoy or Pollard in that super flex?
I'd play McCoy.
I think I'd go McCoy over Pollard in that case
McCoy's
too.
fine.
Yeah, McCoy did fine last week.
Yeah, he's probably not going to score you 30.
No,
he'll score you more than
he'll
what
put a
Pollard's gonna
solid
do.
18.
I mean, more than Pollard. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll give you 15 to 20 maybe.
Yeah,
You know, there it
for
is.
sure.
And there it is, Dylan.
Yeah.
Dynasty Pylon, check your sub count.
Yep.
Might have pushed you over the hump. He said he
Just
saw you
did.
were at 99, so he got a
101.
friend to sub. So there it is. That's how we do it out here, man. Big support from the Get Right community over to the Dynasty Pylon. This is how we do it, man. And Dylan, I hope you got your friend to sub to our channel as well. If not, we might have an issue. We might have an issue. Gonna have to kick Martin off the show if he didn't get this friend to sub to us as well, man. No, but I'm sure you did, man. We appreciate it, Dylan. And let's see. We'll get to his question here. He's saying Brandon Bolden or Dearness Johnson in PPR if you have both. So let's assume Stevenson and Harris are out. Would you play Bolden over DEJ?
No, I'd play
That's too easy.
Dearness.
That was a hot no there, Dylan.
Well,
so hot
yeah.
no.
Martin, tell him why.
That's too easy because Dearness Johnson is going to be the only running back. The
Well-
only running back there.
Tell him the other reason.
Literally.
You know
If
the
it's
other
not
reason.
injury, if it's COVID, it's Dearness Johnson. Fire him up. DFS.
And the
on
fact that
everything.
Cleveland is probably one of the best, one of the better run defenses in the league.
Yeah, that offensive line is legit. So just
Oh, that
quickly,
too.
James Martin, thoughts on Howard. So with that said, let's get into that game, shall
Sure.
we?
Yeah.
So let's go Philadelphia Eagles at Denver Broncos. We have the Broncos favored by 2.5, a 45-point over/under, same as the Cleveland Patriots game. So break this down. I'm sure you're going to let us know how you feel about Jordan Howard in this one.
Yeah, actually. Honestly, this is one of the 4:00 games, just so that you guys are aware. The Eagles are, 4:00 Eastern, 1:00 Pacific.
Real time. Yeah.
Shut up. The Eagles are coming off a big loss to the Vikings.
It's a thing we have going on, Mark.
I know it is. It's weird.
It's a time zone battle.
No, you're good. I'm 1 hour away from you, so I'm closer to Anthony
You're-
than I am
Yeah, I
in the
know.
middle.
with
Okay.
Mike
You're-
out in
you're-
Egypt over there.
Exactly.
Oh my
That's what I'm
God.
saying. Yeah, it's
Enough.
like outrageous.
Okay. So bad. Anyway, so Broncos are coming off a big win against the Dallas Cowboys, which I love talking about. The Eagles are coming into this healthy. They have pretty much everyone. I don't see anyone that's of note on their injury report this week. So last week we ended up seeing Jordan Howard taking over the starting role for that particular backfield. We saw Boston Scott kind of take a back seat, and Kenneth Gainwell, if memory serves me, he did get a touchdown, but he wasn't on the field as much for that particular game. So for
3 snaps.
he was on the field for 3. So for Jordan Howard to kind of take over, I'm liking Howard. Broncos, they're 11th best against the running back this season, but I still feel comfortable playing him in this particular matchup. For the Broncos side, it looks like Patrick Surtain is Jr. is hurt, which doesn't really. I mean, it does something, but it doesn't really do much. They're being very weird with their injury reports for the West Coast teams this week. Normally I get to see everything, but from what it looks like, he was limited today, so he's questionable. So we'll see how if he's in there. But I'm still going to be playing guys. Devontae Smith. I'll still play Dallas Goedert, and you're going to still play the worst quarterback in the league with Jalen Hurts. He's definitely the best quarterback in the league. It's sad. I was actually talking to a guy today about it. The guy that owns Jalen Hurts that hasn't played him in the last 10 weeks. He has Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts, and he's been playing Lamar the whole time. And he's like, dude, I can't get this mental block out of my head to play Jalen Hurts. And I'm like, dude, he's QB2 on the year. It's amazing. He is QB2 on the year, and he is doing that well. Like, it doesn't make any sense how he is that high beyond I understand his rushing floor. I get all of it. It's incredible to think that he is that good of a player. He's been consistent. He averages QB6, I think. So he's definitely someone that you're going to start every week and not even think twice. But if you have those two guys, I understand why it's hard. But I told him, like, dude, just play Hurts. You'll be better off for it.
I love how this was thoughts on Howard, and he went to town.
Right.
Everyone and their mom.
That's what I'm doing, man.
Look, Howard biased me. Get him.
Yeah.
I guess.
I picked him up in Dynasty.
Or no, unbiased. Get him. Biased me. I hate him.
Why?
I have in my Dynasty League, I have Miles Sanders and Kenneth Gainwell.
And you didn't pick up Howard?
Why am I going to have 3 running backs from the same
Why not?
squad? No.
Drop another bum.
I think I had Mitchell Sherman and Jeff Wilson at one point on my
around the league.
You did.
I'm going to take a vacay in Miami, and then, you know what? I'm going to go back to Philly and then make a name for myself again. Twice.
Yeah, just off his couch and goes for like 80 and 2 touchdowns in his first game back. That was so gross.
I love Jordan Howard when he was a Bear. He was probably one of my favorite pickups. I had him at like the last round. I kept him for like 2 years. He was so good in his rookie seasons and stuff. I love Jordan Howard. I mean, he was the leading rusher for what, 2017, I think, or 16. He was the lead. He was he was the Derrick Henry of the year.
Isn't he the guy who like coined the term ploddler?
Everyone calls him a ploddler.
I was gonna say, didn't like catch on like with him, and then it started getting applied.
Yeah, probably. From there. It doesn't matter. He's
my goats. If you're watching, check that interesting fact. We need to know where the origin.
I think you're right.
Plodder came from, but I think I am right actually. Yeah. So we'll see, because it is a fairly new term. In the industry, so to speak. So again, just my quick thoughts on Howard as well. You hate to have him, but you got to have him, and he's a good start any given week.
I'm playing him over Nyheim Hines.
So until we see differently. Until we see differently. So is what it is. All right. So
I didn't do the Broncos.
Oh, you didn't go on the Broncos side? My bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, Cortland Sutton's going to be facing Darius.
I was
Slay.
checking other stuff out while you were doing that.
No, you're good, brother. I mean, and Martin can probably tell you with Darius Slay, he's been one of the better, shutdown corners in the league this year, compared to most. And, you might see a little bit of a slip. I don't think that they're going to shadow him. I don't see Slay doing that. Slay is more of a one-sided guy, kind of like Richard Sherman back in the day, where he stayed to the one side.
it's crazy that he's doing decent enough. He's like,
Yeah, right.
I'm trying to compare him
top
to an
third.
offensive type player. He's more of like an RB, like he's like an AJ Dillon.
No,
He's
you
there.
can't put him there. No.
But
I'm sorry. I can't agree with that.
He's okay, Mr. Buda Baker for
Shut up.
multiple weeks on end.
I finally
look,
I picked up
you
Kevin
and
Byard. I
I
don't want to
look.
hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Hey, look, I'll call you out, bro. Look,
I know you will.
in my IDP league, he's been putting up single digit numbers. There was like 2 or 3 weeks that he put up doubles. And this is why I compared him to AJ Dillon. AJ Dillon had like almost to doubles on a few weeks and then singles to the rest. So that's why he is good. I just don't feel like he's that bye week IDP guy.
But do you think the reason why he had those single digits is because teams are avoiding him because of the fact that he is shutting guys down?
And that's the issue with a lot of corners. Like when you're in IDP leagues and you have
that
a
was
good
my
corner,
point.
a lot of the times they don't throw his way. And what's crazy is usually an IDP is complete opposite.
No, of course.
You're the better teams that have offense make your IDP guys really good because they're going to be on defense a lot more. So and like Carolina, he I think he had a phenomenal game that week. So it's really interesting on IDP, and this is why I like it because you get to watch both sides of the ball, and it really makes the game a lot more funner.
Yeah, and that's why I would be a little bit more inclined to play a guy like Judy or definitely the running backs with Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon. You're definitely going to be playing Noah Fant. He should be good to go to start your week. So I just feel a little bit. I think you should lower your expectations. Is my point for Cortland Sutton, just because Darius can do well and can shut guys down. So
yes,
just be aware of that.
Agreed. I think I have Sutton all the way down at 29.
Yeah, I was just going to say he's close to the
3 almost for me this week. So, and I might even be able to throw a couple more people ahead of him here actually too, but it's getting down there. We'll see. Actually, I think I have him about the right spot, so we'll see. I have him ahead of the likes of Julio, Beasley, Christian Kirk, Ayuk, Landry, Marvin Jones. So I think I have him about in the right.
No, you have him right.
I may have to move him around a bit, but maybe Beasley should be ahead of him. But we'll see. It's close.
And that's the thing with rankings. You can't really put them too high or too low. You gotta find that happy medium.
It's tough. It's tough. So anyway, so good stuff there. I don't think we missed anybody else here on that Denver side. So that's good there. So just real quick here. Dylan saying, Rasa, let's just say I have 5+ friends and other accounts of his, little wink wink, who are subbed to get right. So we appreciate that, man. So we appreciate it, brother. And love what he says here. Do you like jersey giveaways? If so, sub to the Dynasty Pylon.
Yes.
So there it is. And
another plug-in. Hey, go to that.
He doesn't like
that video.
And if you don't like channel, kids,
it's a 2-minute video of your life. All right, that's it. It's 2 minutes.
And you can
go there, watch it, put the phrase in there in the comment section, get your chance. We'll probably do it with Sandy. She'll probably reveal who wins it.
Ooh,
and it's not a Falcons jersey, okay? So it's your team of your choice. But it's the number one because you're going to be the first person to get Dynasty Pylon. So it'll say Dynasty Pylon, the number one of your team of your choice. Don't disregard my Falcons here. All right.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Still looks good,
we
man.
don't need. Nobody wants this shit.
You do, man. You do.
Well, I mean, but nobody wants Falcons this year.
Nobody out there does. A couple of you guys. There's a couple.
Is he still talking about trading away Keenan Allen?
No, it's the other way around. So FFC season is saying also, good thing I didn't trade away Keenan Allen.
Yeah,
dude's been a beast recently.
But he keeps on talking about trading him.
Being a beast. Yeah. So we've been telling you, season, hold on to Keenan Allen.
Yeah, don't get rid of him.
He is the guy. We told you Michael Williams was going to come back down to earth eventually. Allen was going to be the consistent guy there. You're going to go have some ups and downs with him, but this is a guy you can throw in your lineup pretty much every week as long as he's healthy, and you live with his results. When he's in your lineup, you don't have to worry about that position. You just hope Herbert and he have a good connection that week, and like I said, live with that result. We have a Jonah, Archmage Eternal
What up,
sighting.
Jonah?
What up, Jonah? Says I was offered D. Johnson and Rogers for Herbert. What do you think since Chubb and Kamara are out? He also has Hines and also picked up Ingram in fear of Kamara going down, which he did. So, what do you guys think here?
You're giving up. Herbert is a top guy. I don't like it.
You don't.
Is that
you don't
that
like,
Deontay Johnson or David
I
Johnson?
would imagine
or
that's Deontay
Dearness Johnson.
I'm
You gotta
There
be a
isn't
little.
any other D Johnson that matters in the league right now.
I just named
Well,
off like three
Don't
of
say
them.
David. Do not
It's
say
not
David.
David.
about
It's definitely
Dearness?
Dearness
It
or
has to be Dearness.
it's either Dearness or Deontay.
Or Deontay,
and
right?
Either way, I still don't like it, and it's only because I think
And
you're giving
Aaron
up
Rodgers?
a ton.
If it's Deontay and Aaron Rodgers for Herbert, I think I would do that.
I wouldn't.
If you needed a receiver. But yeah, for the most part, I like Herbert. I like his schedule. He's going to be playing in a dome for all 3 games in his playoffs. And they're not bad matchups either. So
that is exactly why I agree, because you said that right there. The playoffs is like, depending on your league, but I'm saying the back end of his schedule for him
15,
so
16,
easy.
17. Yeah, it's very nice.
17's his worst one against Denver, but even in Denver, I think he could still put up numbers.
Yeah.
Like, if you have Herbert, I would love to have him in my playoffs.
No, I agree.
Absolutely. And we'll get into that as we get closer and we start doing our all-in show and setting up for playoffs when we get close to that, when you should start trading up if you're one of those top teams.
You should be doing that now.
Yeah, not too quickly. You don't want to get rid of your depth too quickly now.
No.
It is still only week 10. We have basically almost 10 more weeks to go. Like, we're almost, at the halfway point if you plan on playing in that championship game. So
trade deadlines are in like 2 weeks.
2-3 weeks, yeah. That's an eternity in fantasy football. So hold your horses. Don't give up all your depth now. Those 2 games.
I know
those 2
guys
games
that have already done it.
Yeah, those two games you might lose could cost you the playoffs or a different seeding.
Yeah.
So J Media, what's up? Yeah, exactly. What's up, man? Saying what's up to the Get Right crew here. Glad you're here and watching, man. We appreciate it. I'm sure you get to a question here soon. Thoughts on Kyle Pitts? Where does he rank among tight ends and half PPR? Kane, we talked about Atlanta game earlier. We definitely talked about Pitts. But I think just quickly, Mike.
I didn't go on his rank.
Yeah, just basically he has him, I think, probably top 10. He's sitting at tight end 7 right now.
Yeah, I put him
Mike
at
doesn't
7.
think he's going to finish, that high.
No.
But I think he's pretty safe to say he should be within, 10 or 12 at worst. It could be more.
Rest of season or this week.
Rest of season.
Rest of season, I'm putting him below 8, and that's only because of my bet. But if you really want my true opinion, it probably will be anywhere between
I'm calling 8 and 12,
6 and 9.
Oh, really? You're even higher.
Yeah.
Look at that. He just wants.
Well, honestly, he's been doing well. He's the only guy in their system. Calvin Ridley's out. They have to throw it to somebody that's the size of a he's bigger than most receivers. I just it's hard not to. So.
He replaced Julio.
He did. He did.
I had to get to this comment here. FF Season had to delete all 50 of his Keenan Allen trade requests before last week. LMAO. So Dylan, giving a little rib shot to Season, man. It's all in fun, man. That was a good one. That's funny, man. So that's good stuff. He's saying, should I gamble on Colt starting since he has an afternoon game, or just stick with Pollard? I can pivot to Rondale Moore, Robbie Anderson, or Boston Scott, or Mecole Hardman if he takes the gamble.
I'm okay with that. I think that you can have. I think Mecole Hardman is better than people give him credit for, and they're short in corner. They're short on cornerbacks out in Las Vegas after they lost Arnett. So for me, I feel comfortable with that. If that was your pivot, like if you had to, I would be more than okay with that.
And we should get inclinings in the morning for those afternoon games if they feel like he's leaning. I don't think he's that much borderline. I think with his situation specifically, it's not like, oh, he has to go out there and like test it out. Like they have a good
Well,
idea. As long as it's not like too crazy, he's probably going to play. So
they did
yeah.
say that his ankle feels a little bit better than it did last week, but they said that he might be more of a true game time decision, which means they'll go through walkthroughs with it.
Yeah.
So
But
that's
I don't think it's like a Dak situation though, where they're kind of leaning towards holding him out. But yeah,
But
I
the
don't know.
question was if you're going to stick with Pollard or gamble with Colt.
I'm gonna gamble.
And
with
earlier
Colt.
we said with Colt on someone, was it not?
yeah,
I would say Colt. That would probably produce more than Pollard.
Yeah,
And
but
the rest
yeah.
of the guys,
the point is
I'm not.
that Colt might not play. So for him, would you rather play Pollard at 1:00 or Colt at
Oh, my
4:00?
bad. Okay.
And that's where the problem. And I get where he's coming from, but for me, honestly, I would take the gamble. Colt, you still have a decent player that you can put in his spot if it doesn't work out in your favor. And honestly, I think Mecole Hardman is actually, if you had to pick between Tony Pollard and Mecole Hardman, I'm picking Hardman. I think he has more upside in that particular matchup.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. All right.
That's just me.
So no, that's good. So James is saying Schultz or Wentz or Wilson.
Oh, yeah, you have to go one of the quarterbacks. If it's super flex, it's definitely one of the quarterbacks.
Yeah,
like
and I'd probably
Wentz.
go Wilson. Ooh, really?
I
I'll
would go
Wilson.
Wentz. I would go
Look
Wentz.
at you guys. You don't let Russ cook. No, that's good stuff.
It's hard, man. He's coming off that injury, man. It's not easy.
Here's
There it
the
is.
thing.
All right,
See,
Mike,
you're
I'm going to let
busting
you
out
take
physical
over.
therapists, man.
That's right. I'm going to let you take over again. I got to talk to my son again, so I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. The whole the Wilson thing is just coming off. They just took the needle out, dude.
Yeah,
All right.
no, I know. My friend got his out.
Deep ball is not going to be accurate because he has to put pressure on that deep ball.
Yep.
He's going to have a lot of short gains. If you have DK and Lockett, look, I'm telling you, they're not going to get a lot of those bumps. It's going to be a very inaccurate ball. Will he still be able to get it out? I'm sure. Hopefully, just not as accurate as he wants. He puts a lot of pressure on those fingers in order to get it deep. This is why I'm not leaning on Wilson just yet. The recovery time was way too quick.
I agree.
Russell Wilson's a stubborn man. He wanted to literally go back.
Yeah.
That same day he broke it, he wanted to go back out there. Like, dude, no, you're broken, bro. Sit down. I think that I would go with Wentz.
Me too.
I don't think Wilson is he going to be ready? Yeah, but it's
risky.
I think
it's very risky.
Needs another week, in my opinion. But
yeah.
Hey.
No, I agree. Honestly, I agree. And to stick with that same theme, but I'll give you the little bit of a shout out. Den Boy saying looks like you made it over 100 subs, Martin.
That's right.
There you go. Love
That's
it.
right.
Love it. I'm glad for you guys. But to stick with the this particular game, PPR flex, Alex Collins or Darrell Williams? What do you think?
Chris Carson shouldn't be back. Alex Collins is going to be the main guy there. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I still like Alex Collins, man. Even though it's Green Bay, it's a little bit of tougher defense. But Casey's playing Las Vegas. Either way, the better side of the two evils, I'd still think with Alex Collins.
You think Collins with the volume?
Yeah.
He's splitting that. For me, he's splitting it with Dallas or DJ
Dallas. Yeah, he's
and Travis
right.
Homer
he's
with
okay.
Yeah, no, I agree. But Darrell Williams is only splitting with Derek Gore. If any, so for me, I feel more comfortable, like I said before, with him passing out. I'd rather just, deal with that, in my opinion. I think that they can do well, if they can just keep dumping the ball off compared to what they've been doing. They've been trying to throw it downfield and it just hasn't been working for them. So maybe they should, be a little more intermediate routes that are a little bit shorter for him to kind of get used to and then go downfield the hill when they need to. So we'll wait and see how that particular game turns out. Since we're talking about Seattle, let's break down Seattle right now. So, we have Seattle at Green Bay. Packers are favored by 3.5. The over-under is 48. points, which is, pretty decent over under for that game. Green Bay's coming off a big loss without Rodgers. He's still on COVID protocol, so we'll have to wait and see. We will know more on Saturday. So we'll know for sure if he'll play then, because they have to do all the, the testing and stuff on that day. Seahawks have been struggling without Wilson. We all see it. But they're coming back healthy on the bye. So, they have everybody that they need. Like we were talking about before with Russell. He's coming back from that surgery on his middle finger. He just had that pin out no more than a week ago. It's just not magically healed. He's coming back.
I don't think so.
No. And honestly, I think he'll have a rough time to start.
And that's why I'm leaving Alex Collins. He's going to do a lot of dump passes.
Yeah.
Those deep balls aren't going to happen. Not as much as he wants to. I think this is why I lamed Alex Collins, because there's going to be a lot of checkdowns.
No, and it makes sense, honestly. And you're right. It could work out to be that particular way. But as you said, he's a little stubborn. I think he might push it a little bit. That's just me. But we'll see. We won't know about him. Right now, the floor is set with Aaron Rodgers. If he doesn't practice, he's going to play anyway. He knows the system. He knows what he's doing. He's keeping in shape the way he can. So hopefully, we can, I'm hoping we can see a Russell versus, Rodgers game. That's always fun. They always are, the last few years have been great to watch. So hopefully we can see that. For the Seattle side of the ball, I'm not going to not play Russell if I have him. I don't think you have a better option. If you have Russell, Tyler Lockett, I would play now. I would definitely play DK. No?
No, I just think you kind of have to put Wilson in if you have him.
If you have him, you got to play him.
You kind of have to.
You think about it.
He's a smart guy.
No, for sure. And it's not like he's going to push himself more than he needs to. But at the same time, if you have a guy like Russell and you pick someone off the waivers, who could that person be, that would be better than to play him? You know what I mean? You're picking up a guy like Derek Carr, maybe Kirk Cousins.
I'd put Derek Carr this week over him.
I would play. Yeah, I'd probably play those two over him, but very, very I would hate myself at the end of the day. It just hurts playing those guys, it just does. But for the Packers, you're going to play Jones, you're going to play Adams, and you're definitely going to play good old applesauce, good old AJ Dillon. You're going to play him. He's going to be, they're using him more. You can see it just based on Aaron Jones's, production going down. Dillon has been going up. It's that time of year, man. He's turning into, the footballers like to call Derrick Henry Yeti. I mean, he is getting to be that type of player. This time of year, they're going to run the ball. They're going to pound that rock. Dillon is going to be that. And if Aaron Rodgers is out, they're going to run the ball. And that's what they're going to, that's what they're good at.
Yeah.
If Rodgers is back, I'm okay with playing a guy like Allen Lazard, just because, Rodgers spreads the ball out a little bit. So MVS, Lazard, those guys are, for more deeper, or dynasty teams that, are so deep that they're missing guys if you need to play them or something like that. Like I have to play Jordan Howard because I have no other choice in my running backs because Chubb's out. So, things like that. But that's like a break the glass situation. So let's get back to a couple questions. We actually had one that Prism, it's great to see you. We're going to actually go over Odell a little bit later. We were trying to go and wait a little bit. I don't think it's going to happen just because I know everyone wants to talk about it. And I don't blame you. I want to talk about it too. So FF season has, what do you think about Trey Lance getting the starting job after the 49ers get demolished on Monday night? I don't know. How do you feel about Trey Lance? Yeah,
I'm excited. If have you looked at the 49ers schedule at the end of the season?
No, I have not.
It is the most
juicy,
perfect
okay
playoff. It's just so lined up for Trey Lance. If Trey Lance takes over, if you have him as he could potentially be your league winner.
Okay. So you're
If-
thinking what? He's it's around this time. So the Bengals, Falcons, Titans, and Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then he's got the Rams and the That's
Yeah,
not
but
bad.
you're not playing the Rams in your
True.
like if you're in a week 18 league, Jesus, you need to talk to your commission.
Yeah, let's not do that.
But those last 4 weeks
Okay.
for a running QB is going to be great.
Nice.
If he gets the job, I think he could potentially be your league winner.
Okay.
But that's just how I think about it. I mean, Cincinnati, Atlanta, Tennessee might be the hardest, but then he ends it on your championship week against Houston.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't think he'll take it yet. I think they're gonna run Jimmy G until he's
probably.
And they're gonna wait until next year to start him. Just it would make more sense doing it that way. And honestly, they should do it that way. But that's my own opinion. James Martin has a question: Elijah Moore or Van Jefferson?
Elijah Moore.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm.
Van Jefferson moves down in the roster list now that Odell is there.
For 1 week, Van Jefferson has his time. They're not gonna just roll out OBJ tomorrow.
No, it's right.
They're
this
gonna
is probably his last week.
Yeah, this is if you're gonna use Van Jefferson, this is the week. But I like Elijah Moore. I like the particular matchup better. I think that White's going to be covering, Corey Davis. I think that it will leave it a little bit more open. I do like Johnson that's on the Bills side of the ball, but I do think Elijah can take advantage of that particular scenario. So I think he'll be fine. So I do like Elijah Moore there. Yeah. So that is actually a good segue to go into our Jets versus Bills game. So let's get into that right now. Yeah. So
I got to shout Prism. That last comment, hell yeah!
He loves Aizawa. The shirt.
Mr. Aizawa, Eraserhead. Yeah, he's my favorite character, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have any idea what that is.
It's all good. It's on the nerd side of town.
Okay.
But yeah, it's. I was never into anime, but if any anime is it's My Hero Academia.
Okay.
It's particularly not for kids either.
No. It's all good, brother.
Yeah. Shut up, Prison. Thank you.
So we're going to get into the Bills and Jets. Bills are favored by 12 in this particular matchup. The over-under is 47.5. Bills are coming off, and like we've talked about already, the embarrassing loss to the Jaguars. Like I said, a lot of Josh Allen on Josh Allen crime.
I can't. I'm still shocked. I just can't believe it.
It is what it is, man.
I can't believe it.
It's incredible. Jets are coming off of an embarrassing loss themselves on Thursday night, going against the Colts, getting beat 45-20, or no, 45, yeah, something like that. Looks like the Jets will get Corey Davis back, like I was just talking about. Mm-hmm. Even after Elijah Moore giving up a huge day and a big debut.
Tevin Coleman too, I think.
Yeah, Tevin Coleman will be back this particular week as well. It looks like he is healthy, but I don't think that's going to really matter. I think they like what Michael Carter has to give.
It does bring question, but I don't think it's going to be too relevant.
They'll use him on goal line and just run, short yardage. In my opinion, we'll see how that goes. Right now the biggest news for the Bills is Zach Moss. We're still waiting to see if he can clear concussion protocol. He had 2 limited practices this week, which is a good sign for him. We're just going to have to wait and see to see how that goes. If you have Devin Singletary, I have Devin Singletary. I'm kind of hoping he passes or not passes so that I can, play him.
Gosh, that is like rolling the dice and crabs, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, he was available and I just picked him up. It was great.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah. I thought, why not? I had the space. And like I said, I have an opportunity to play Cole Beasley, Stephon Diggs, Dawson Knox, and Singletary all in one lineup this week. And I'm facing a Jets fan who also has Elijah Moore and Michael Carter. So for me, it's one of those scenarios where I'm like, do I just do it? I'm in 10th place right now. I'm really upset. Do I just do it and just
why not?
care? And just see if this could work. But I'm still mulling it over and seeing what I want to do. I actually reached out to him and I was like, should I just change my name to the Buffalo Bills? Anyway, so like I just said, Beasley is nursing a rib injury, but that didn't stop him last week. 11 targets, 8 catches. He's fine. He's off the injury report this week, so he'll be okay. Dawson Knox is returning after breaking his hand, having surgery, so he'll be. He had full practices Thursday and Friday. He'll be good to go. So, I see this as a get right game for the Bills. I say fire them all up. Like I said before, you're going to start everybody on the Bills side. Jets side of the ball. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about starting Carter. Elijah Moore, I'd probably start. I think Corey Davis is going to have a hard time against.
I still don't
Tre'Davious
feel comfortable starting any of these guys.
I don't feel comfortable doing it, but if I had to,
if you have to,
Michael Carter's not a horrible. Like I said before, he's a break the glass type play. Like if you absolutely have to, and you have no other one, anyone else around, then I would do it. But
yeah.
Honestly, it's such a hard thing to play them. But we all saw what happened last week with the Jags. But I don't see the Jets defense doing the exact same thing. They're okay. They're not as good as what the Jags have. The Jags have some very, very good young talent that just ended up getting to Josh Allen, and it ruined his night. And I do think they learn from it and move forward. They're a bet. They're what 7-2. They're a better team than most in the league. They'll learn from this. So
yeah.
To stick to the Jets, we got Sullivan, Malik. How you doing, man? How's everything going? We got Ty Johnson, Laviska Shenault, or OBJ at the flex. So I'm going to make this easier. I'm going to take OBJ out of this because I honestly, even if he does play, he's not going to get enough that people are going to care, in my opinion. Sean McVay has also said that he probably will not play as much as you think, but we're going to try to get him out there if it's needed. So Ty Johnson or Laviska Shenault, what do you think?
I do not like either of these. I feel sorry that you have to put one of these guys in. Wow. I Ty Johnson?
Yeah.
Good God. I'm sorry, bro. Ty Johnson. I don't know, like not confidently and exactly the way I said it.
Yeah.
That's exactly how you're gonna move your thumb when you put Ty Johnson in your lineup.
Yeah, no, he's saying bye weeks. Bye weeks are what's killing him. And I don't blame you, brother. I'm gonna have to go Ty Johnson too, and it's only just because of game strip. I feel like they'll have to dump it off at one point. I do like Mike White. Just as a player, I don't think he'll do well this week, but I do like him, and I hope they use him moving forward. I think they found something special, and they
dude, I love Mike White.
I really do, man. I liked him, dude. I liked Mike White when he was in the combine. I was watching him play, and I just love the way he threw the ball, man. He just had a good out. Like I love the out route that he threw. And because you were watching a bunch, I forgot who else came out with him. Like I forgot who got drafted ahead of him. It was 2018, so I'm probably Baker. But I was watching, and he just had a perfect ball that I just really enjoyed. Just the way he moved in the pocket, the way that he did things in the he looked way better than most. It was kind of a surprise that he didn't go higher. He was saying something in a report that he thought he was a first overall pick. I'm like, no, you're not a first overall pick. I will say you're a first round pick, but I don't think you're a first overall pick. But it is what it is. They found something good, which I'm hoping that works out for them. So we'll see. Next question I got is from James Martin. So who would you start? Brandon Ayuk, or if this is Justin Jefferson, this is not even a question. This is clearly.
I think it might be Van.
Oh, Van Jefferson. Okay, good. So Brandon Ayuk
Because
or Van
I see
Jefferson?
them at
Yeah.
that same
Okay.
level of tier. I'm gonna say Van. I would say Ayuk.
Yeah. Going against the Rams.
Van Jefferson's hit or miss. The last 2 games the last 3 games, I guess, Ayuk's kind of been
Yeah.
uptick on his, play usage, I should say.
I just don't know how I feel about it.
And it's very difficult for both of these.
Yeah.
I feel more comfortable with Ayuk because I think he'll be more open because they're going to be all over Debo and George Kittle
Okay.
than they will be Ayuk. Van Jefferson is also in the same scenario where Cup and Woods are also going to be the main guys covered as well. OBJ, if they put him in, they might put him in for a couple of plays, but yeah, I'm
I don't
gonna
know.
say Ayuk.
I like Jefferson just because of the quarterback. Jimmy's great and all to a point. I like Stafford 30 times better throwing me the ball over.
Yeah, that's good
That's just
argument
me.
too.
So we got FF Season asking what's going on with the Saints. I thought Taysom would start for sure. He's Payton's guy. I agree, brother. I've been in that boat
We all thought
all
that.
year.
We all thought that.
I thought it too. So also, have you watched One Piece? Tried to get into that.
Oh, that one's for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I have to get into that still. I know I've heard wonderful things, but I will eventually.
Okay.
So
Okay. So let me get back to Malik. He was saying Brian Edwards is on waivers, and so is Rondell Moore. So out of those particular Ty Johnson and Chenault, would you go with one of those 2 players below Brian Edwards or Rondell Moore?
Brian Edwards, because they're against KC.
Yeah, I would go Edwards if you had to pick out of those 4. I like Edwards a lot.
Man.
Yeah. And then he's also asking, and Frank or Dak rest of the season?
I like Dak. Frank. Yeah. What's he I'm drawing a blank right now. Frank?
Yeah, I was drawing a blank too when I saw Frank. I was trying to figure out who Frank was. Yeah.
Unless that's a joke for Wentz and Frank Wright. That's the closest thing I can think of Frank.
Yeah. I mean, Dak, you're gonna. I don't mind him at all. So
I don't mind Dak at all. I think Dak has a good. Some of these QBs have a good schedule towards the end of the season.
Yeah,
Dak's one of them. So I would say Dak.
Moving forward, for sure. So let me go to J Media. Pick me a tight end, fellas. Dawson Knox or Dalton Schultz. Oh, I hate you so much because this is a question that I ask myself consistently every time when I do my rankings. Where do I put them? So the way that Anthony likes to answer this question, if you like a higher ceiling, go with Dawson Knox. If you want a safer floor, go with Dalton Schultz. That's how I feel about that. They are literally back to back whenever I rank these 2. I traded away I did it for a reason, but I traded Dalton Schultz for Dawson Knox, but it's because I have Josh Allen and Dustin had Dak Prescott, so I figured he'd want to do it, and I just
stack them.
Yeah, I just stacked them.
Yeah.
So for me, it worked out in my favor. But in this particular case, if you're asking me for tonight and coming up in these particular games, like I said, the safer floor is going to be Schultz. He is always going to get 8 to 6 targets, and he's going to get anywhere between 50 and 80 yards compared to Dawson Knox, who could get 3 catches for 110 yards. That's where the problem is, and it's based on what your particular team makeup needs. Honestly, I think Schultz is the safer play in a lot of ways, and
he's out there more too. He's got more snaps than Dawson Knox.
I agree. Yeah,
tight ends is a very difficult spot. Like you can have the ranked 15th tight end score 2 touchdowns, and he's the new number 3
Yeah.
in a single week.
Yeah, for sure. So
I'd rather have the guy that's out there in more snaps in terms of tight ends.
I was just gonna say now it makes more sense. So Malik is saying Frank on the channel.
Oh,
Yeah. Frank's not on today, man. It's all good, man. But even being a Giants fan, I still like that. So we got Kyle Gillespie here. He says, I have Kittle or Kelsey after the Chiefs bye. Who are some wide receiver running backs I can trade for Kittle? Or trade Kittle for? Okay. So honestly, I don't think you're going to be able to trade a whole hell of a lot.
not for Kittle.
Not for Kittle. I mean, I was able to get a lot for Kittle at the beginning of the season compared to now. So I think that you're going to have to. I think you're going to have to kind of sell him lower than you think. You might have to add someone like maybe Javonte Williams. Yeah, for Kittle, that's not a bad. I mean, Elijah Mitchell, maybe Melvin Gordon. Like those are the guys I'm thinking.
That's who I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Maybe a Melvin Gordon.
I'd say maybe Melvin Gordon would be a good idea. But I like Javonte Williams better. That's just my own opinion.
I agree with you.
You know, Gordon's a great player, but he, you know, and it's also based if this is redraft. You know, redraft, I definitely would go with probably Javonte. Dynasty, I would too. But that's probably all you're going to be able to get for him. I don't see many other options for someone wanting to. And what do you think about a running back or wide receiver that you could trade Kittle for?
I'm kind of in the same situation. Literally, I also have Kittle and Kelsey. Someone ended up dropping Kittle for some reason.
Yeah, you were telling me.
So I've kind of been shopping as well. The problem is in a 3 wide receiver league, it's hard to kind of get that value that you want because again, the guys you're trying to target, they need them for their team as well. And they'd rather just, stream a tight end versus giving up their, wide receiver 2 or, wide receiver 1 on their team. So it's kind of tough. It's more of a package that you'd probably have to do to involve Kittle. But again, Kyle, come with on Wednesday. We do our roster management show, and we can definitely get into that more, or get down into that description here and join the Get Right Sleeper network and upload your roster there, and we can chat about it on there and kind of go through more guys, as far as what we can do there. So it's tough. Those kind of situations are a little tough with those kind of guys. You have to be willing to give a little to get, unless someone's coming to you. That's my 2 cents. So anyway.
Yeah, I mean, so we got a question right here from, what is this? Leon's Down Horrendous. How you doing, man? Welcome to the channel. Make sure you got, like and subscribe the video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like we said before, we're doing, if you look at the bottom, we're going to be donating to St. Jude's. So make sure you subscribe. He's asking Eckler and Corey Davis for Justin Jefferson and George Kittle. Is that a good trade? Which one would you pick?
I'd rather have the Eckler Corey Davis side in a vacuum just because of Eckler. But to me, as a whole, Jefferson and Kittle are 2 better individual players than Eckler and Davis.
Agreed. See, now this is a question if it's dynasty or not.
Yeah.
If that's dynasty, I'm taking JJ and Kittle.
Yeah, me too.
Where redraft, oh man, I'm still taking JJ or Kittle.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I like the beat.
I like Eckler, but that Corey Davis is not pie enough for me.
Yeah,
it's like you gave me spaghetti, but with trash on it. So
Yeah.
that's how I see it. Corey
Yeah.
Davis is not that valuable right now. Still, I don't know.
No, I
Yeah.
get it.
No, for sure. And I just want to give a shout out to Sufyan Malik. I see he was in here in the chat. Prism got a couple new guys here spotted. So welcome to the channel. Oh, we even have a LeBron sighting in here as well. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
was
we'll
just
get to
gonna answer his or ask his question. He says start Renfro, McKissick, Jacoby Myers, Antonio Gibson, or Jarvis Landry.
What about Gibson and McKissick are like always?
It's always going to be a question, bro, because that's just how it is.
I love how he has them both, though. That's exactly
Yeah.
what you should be doing.
What you should be doing.
I
Yeah.
for sure.
don't think Gibson's going to finish the season.
I think it's McKissick out of these guys. Just quick answer for me.
Renfro without even questioning that. Like,
yeah, he's moved up, and it's against KC. KC can't stop. Nothing.
They can't stop anything.
No,
there it is.
Yeah.
I like when guys are calling our rankings out. I love it.
Yeah.
He
I haven't
says,
touched mine, so don't do me.
I've been updating. I've literally done 2 updates since we've been sitting here.
No, I can't do it.
Anthony, I know you have Jerry Jeudy at 25 full PPR. Do I have to play him with Chase out on a bye? What are your thoughts on his matchup and maybe his potential? So for me, yeah, I have Jeudy there. I just think, he's starting to kind of come into his own, more here. He always has a chance, the more and more he gets healthier on that ankle, he could be a potential big play guy going up against the Eagles. They are more vulnerable in the air, I think, than on the ground. So I just think he may have a good week this week. He's due. We've seen Sutton kind of going down a bit. So I think that means, Jeudy could be on the rise.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Or go ahead, Mike.
No, I'd play. I'm fine with him this week. Like I said before, Sutton's gonna be covered by Slay, and I would feel more comfortable with Jeudy anyway. So yeah,
Judy's getting more of the targets too.
Yeah.
Sutton, I think, only had 3 last week and 3 of the it hasn't been a lot.
Yeah.
It seems like Jerry Judy's going to be he's getting more of the targets anyways. So I feel more comfortable with Jeudy. So
yeah, me too.
There we go.
And to answer LeBron, I'm not changing my question. I'm not changing my answer. Renfro.
Add Keenan Drake in that on the Renfro side, or
yeah. No, he's saying
on the trade,
add
Corey
him.
Davis. So Eckler, Drake, and
no,
JJ Kittle.
He's saying
this was
Renfro, McKissick, Jacoby. Yeah,
this one.
Okay, never mind.
So I'm still taking Renfro.
I go McKissick and then Renfro on that one. So
yeah, I'd go Renfro, McKissick, Landry,
yes.
Myers, Gibson, and then Drake. Well, no, I might put Drake before Gibson, and then Gibson.
I would
Gibson's
probably
the end.
Yeah, I would go. Yeah, I have Gibson last as well.
So
all right, so that's that. All right, so we have 6 games here. We'll try to get through the rest of these. Keep the questions coming if you guys want. We'll get through these games, and we're definitely going to touch, on the players that you have questions of. So, this next game here, we'll get into the. And Martin, if you do have to go, I know you're going to stay here for us for a while. So
I'm trying to stick it out with a big one, and I know you guys will wait till the end for this one.
Yeah, so we'll try to get through these games here.
One.
Yeah, so we'll try to get there.
You know what?
Let's get through these. Let's get through these.
Do it,
man.
Do you want to do it?
I feel like that's like the meat and potatoes of
Let's
your
just
show
do
tonight,
it.
though.
All right,
let's just
we're
are you sure?
get
Martin in this. Yeah,
we're almost at our peak viewers right now as well too. So it'll be a good time to do it.
Yeah,
let's do it. We're gonna.
All right.
We're gonna take a turn. I like it. You're getting Mike out of his comfort zone here. He's a very by the book guy. So
yeah, I am.
We have a plan and we try to stick to it. So I love it. He's being whimsy here.
Hey man, you guys do what you got to do. I'm here all night.
Right. I don't know how you guys do it, all you crazy bastards. I'm ready for bed, bro.
Yeah. So Monday night, man. Monday Night Football. Probably the highlight game of the week. Obviously, just a lot of stuff going on here with these two teams. Los Angeles Rams at San Francisco 49ers. The Rams are favored by 4. I hate to hear and see that. 49 point over under. So yeah, man. Obviously, the big Odell news. This is why we moved it up to right now.
Yeah.
So Mike, I'll let you break it down here. Just leave some meat on the bone for Martin because we know he's chomping at the bit as well too.
Yeah, we
So
all
go
are.
ahead. Go ahead.
Honestly, for me, this is I hate this signing. I know Martin hates it too. It's one of those things where it's a combination of a few things. I have Matthew Stafford in one league. I also have Cooper Kupp in another. I have all these guys. Now, I know that Cooper Kupp isn't affected. I know this helps Matthew Stafford. The problem is that when he comes in anywhere, he demands the targets. He asks for them, and he's like entitled, like he feels he's entitled to them to be, instead of just being part of the game, chemistry of the team, the use of him in general. Who does this hurt overall? It hurts to me Van Jefferson, Tyler Higbee. I think that Robert Woods is fine. I think that it will only eat in slightly, if any. And I think I know for a fact Cooper Kupp is not going anywhere. So do not worry about Cooper Kupp. He will be fine. Stafford has breakfast with him. You're going to be fine.
We're still bringing that up, bro.
Yeah, hey, man, it's worth bringing up.
God, but I wish we knew that heading into the draft.
Oh yeah, God. Oh, for sure. But
every word you say, I'm agreeing with you. Higbee, I'm not excited for, and Van Jefferson, you might as well just drop him after next week.
And it's tough to see because I really like Van Jefferson. Like he's been a really good player.
Here's the thing with OBJ going there, as everything you just said. If you have Matthew Stafford, oh man, oh nice. Like I don't even have words on saying how excited I am for Matthew Stafford owners, because you just literally have you could just lob it up to any of these targets and it's great all around.
Last week he screwed me. All he had to do was throw the pass to Higbee at the end of the game and get a touchdown. That's all I needed is a Higbee touchdown.
But here's what people are not looking at. Okay. Deshaun Jackson just left for a reason. Okay. Why did Deshaun Jackson leave? It's really interesting on why he left. Deshaun Jackson was another guy who demanded targets who couldn't get them. You're basically taking someone who demanded targets and moving him out, and then bringing in another guy into your team who's doing the same exact thing. I don't understand that if you want Odell to, he's going to be frustrated again. This is the career path of Odell. He sour with one team, moves on, and he sour with another team, goes to another. Like I feel bad for the guy. No and yes, but at the same time, it's like you have to learn how to be a team player, and you can't. It's just not you. And I think that's the issue where Deshaun Jackson left because he wasn't getting targets. He wanted the targets, and Odell is the same situation. It's going to be rough.
When you keep asking yourself, why do people have an issue with me? And you consistently ask that question over and over and over again, there might be a reason.
Yeah.
It's you. Like it's because you're doing something wrong. And they actually, it was really funny because I saw a quick report about Josh Johnson, the corner or he's a safety for, or John Johnson. Sorry, John Johnson. He's the safety that played for the Rams and played for the Cleveland Browns.
Yes.
And he knows the offense. He knows both sides. He knows both teams. And he even said that team goes through Cooper Kupp. Like the Rams go through Cooper Kupp. That is their offense. Bringing in someone like Odell is only going to mess it up. And he was in that locker room. He should know. And, the person he is what is making me upset about the situation. The talent we can't have that discussion. He is a very talented player, but the problem he is. No, he's a very talented player. It's
Baker just never threw him to shine.
He really is.
I'm playing devil's advocate. I just had to throw that up.
No, I get it. He really
do you think the injuries have slowed him down at all? Like, do you think he really is the guy? He just turned 29 on November 5th. Just turned 29 years old. to me, again, just my take. I'm going to come in here and give you guys
Go
my
ahead.
my little two
regression
my two
dynasty
cents
line
here.
coming out here.
I just think he went to LA because that's where he wants to be, man. Spend the last couple
Yeah, he
years of
lives
his
there.
career out here. He doesn't want to sit out in the cold, the freezing cold anymore. Even if he has to only get a couple targets a game, I don't think he cares if he can get paid to be out here in LA. We know he has his home here. This is where he spends, his off season. So now he's going to be here year round.
Dustin loves him.
He's going to hang out with,
he's going to hang out with Dustin in the
LeBron.
strip club.
Yeah, he's gonna hang out with LeBron, as well too. Again, if he can be a help, I just think he's on the back half of his career. I think he understands that now, and he's just kind of going to be in a place where he feels comfortable. And I think he would take less money to stay in LA and be part of this team.
Plus the Browns are still paying him.
Yeah.
Rams are paying him nickels and dimes because the Browns are still taking that contract on.
Exactly. So that's my 2 cents on it. So that's all. I don't think it was so much. I mean, it was kind of a football move, but I don't think. He didn't. He's not going to a place where he's looking to be the number one anymore. And so, to me, that's what this signing, told us.
You would hope so.
There was so many other, at least for this year. I think if anything, he wants to be here, spend in LA. If he can win a ring, that might make his, show that he can be part of a team, not cause any problems.
If
and then he can maybe get paid next year. I'm just saying he could have got that done. But again, I don't think he wants to spend his time in the cold or in New England.
No,
slow down a bit. Exactly what Dylan said.
No, he said it there.
Oh, there we go.
He could have been the number one, and he could have been good with a rookie quarterback for at least a season or half a season and done well. But
I don't think he would have gotten a ring. But if he would have stayed there at least another,
he didn't want to be with a rookie. He didn't want to be. Why would he go a place where he's with another rookie, another rookie quarterback?
Understood.
Like, why would he deal with that? He's never had a quarterback as good as that. Again, the other place, honestly, was my personal choice, which was Green Bay.
Green Bay, yeah.
But there had to be other things and a reason why he didn't want to go there. Again, because it's also Green Bay. I think if that situation would have been in LA, he would have signed to be with Rodgers and Devontae easily.
No, honestly, it makes sense. Bro. No, I see it. Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, yeah, he wanted to go to where he lives. That's fine. Understood. It is what it is. It's getting to the point where, like I said, fantasy wise, this only affects Van Jefferson and Tyler Higbee, in my opinion. I think the other two are fine. If you want to put it as more of a real football situation, I think it does help them. It boosts their wide receivers even more than what they were. But other than that, he doesn't do anything more to me than Deshaun Jackson did when he was there. So for me, it doesn't really do much, So we'll see.
Yeah. And George is asking, the Odell news wasn't exactly good for me, as he is a Robert Woods owner. Should I just trade him? So what are your thoughts? I mean, I know we kind of touched on it, throughout that, whole process, but
you might be able to get something for him though.
Yeah. I don't think Woods' value is now with this news. I think you have to wait for Woods to have a good game with, Odell playing. And once they see, he's not there, then maybe you can move off him a little bit. They may work him more into the offense as we go. So there might be that short window 2 or 3 weeks from now, right at that trade deadline where you might be able to sell him and get good value.
Not necessarily a bad thing either. It could actually open it up for him.
Yeah,
too.
no, I'm a Woods owner and I'm not even thinking about trading him. So I don't think it really affects anything.
Like I said, I don't think it affects his
These are established
value.
receivers. Yeah, Woods and Kupp are established receivers. Like, I don't think it's going to do anything.
Yeah,
with that, like you said, it's going to be Jefferson and Higbee that take the hit more, and Henderson.
Definitely, for sure.
Yep. So,
yeah, I mean, so that was good.
Well, yeah, I mean that's all we have to say about that. And then on the San Francisco side of the ball, which I know Ant wants to talk
better
about.
side of the ball.
Well, Odell's not playing that last. I'm just going to.
Yeah, he's not playing.
He's not playing.
He's not playing on Monday. No. And if he does, he's going to get one play, and then that's it, like a downfield stretch. That's all he's getting.
Yeah.
Run straight.
So yeah, just run, just go long, just go long. So right now with this particular matchup, we don't get the injury report, so we don't have everything. It's only half the week. We'll know more tomorrow. But from what we can see, Jermichael Hasty hasn't practiced all week. That could be a big deal for Jeff Wilson this week. There was a slight scare during practice.
Yeah.
But he apparently is okay. They said he was fine. If you check out our sleeper channel. I make sure to post, things like that during the week when I get the opportunity. Like I said, I like to try to beat sleeper. Unfortunately, the app I use is being mean to me and doesn't like Android 12. So they're working on it. I've been reaching out to them and yelling at them every day. So beyond that, we also have Elijah Mitchell, who's also been limited most of the week. He's been wearing a non-contact jersey. He's got his rib injury at the moment. He looks like he'll be fine. I know I was talking with Dan offline, and he was saying, he should be fine. He's not worried about him.
It looks like he'll be all right.
Yeah. I don't trust Trey Sherman, so don't even put him in your mouth. There's just no
Such
point.
a disappointment.
He is. So starting wise, you're going to start up, all your Rams, Stafford, Henderson, Cup, Woods. I'm not thinking twice about any of those guys. It's hard for me to not give my love to good old Higbee for the last time. If you're going to play him, give him, this is the time to do it. But he, if you want me to rank him, he's probably going to be outside my 10. Just because he just hasn't been producing the way I wanted him to. I saw good things and they never came to light. I'm playing guys like, Dawson Knox, Schultz above Higbee, unfortunately.
This Rams defense is going to probably give them a run for their money.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I was going to, for the San Fran side of the ball. I mean, I only feel comfortable playing Debo, and I don't even feel comfortable doing that. I don't know how I feel about Brandon Ayuk. I still don't know how things were going to go. Like, good 1 week, bad for 5 weeks. Like,
it's been getting a little bit better,
slightly. But I said, bad for 5 weeks, good for 1. Just something I don't trust. But that's just me. I like consistency. I like having somebody, that I can, rely on.
Right.
Beyond that, I mean, Mitchell, you can run on the Rams a little bit, but it's hard.
They're more susceptible on the ground than you think, and the Niners have a very good run scheme.
I agree.
They get to the edge, whereas most teams that don't find success are trying to run up the middle, trying to run up Aaron Donald's area.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you can get laterally, get to the edge, with those tosses that the Niners like to run, you've seen people gash the Rams on the ground in those types of instances. So.
And if Hasty's out, I feel a lot more comfortable with Wilson, just because they love him on the goal line. They like him in passing situations. So I do like him, but not
Wilson
like
Jr.
Yeah, Jeff Wilson.
You think
Jr.
I'm interested to see if I didn't think he would play. Well, I can't say that. I actually started him in DFS last week because he was active, and I just needed to have a cheap guy that could even have an opportunity because I spent elsewhere.
Yeah.
So I kind of took a 0 in that spot just for that. But he didn't even record a snap.
It was just crazy.
If Hasty's out, that's the only way I would play him, because I don't think they trust Sherman, and I think that they're going to play him over Sherman. Yeah. Because Hasty came back from IR. They still had Sherman, who played a full game ahead of him, and they literally did not give Sherman one touch. They ended up playing Juszczyk more. So Juszczyk's not a bad option either. But at the same
freaking fullback.
Yes, he is.
He's not a bad.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to Mike on that one, guys. He is
so
a bad
good.
fantasy option.
What's a fullback in your lineup?
He's a much better real life option than a fantasy.
No, honestly, you're right. But
let him for you.
All I'm saying is, in this particular scenario, Wilson would be a decent pick in this particular scenario. I
disagree. I'd have to wait another week. I need to see what that usage is with him back before I could start throwing him in my lineup.
The whole Niners backfield is so confusing.
Yeah, it's so
I don't
hard.
even feel like, unless you have Mitchell, it's the only one.
Mitchell. Yeah, he's the only one we're starting right now. You're not starting anyone else.
No.
Yeah, you're not starting anyone else in that backfield. You're not, especially with the return of Kittle. And the way Debo's playing with the Ayuk sighting, those targets out of the backfield I don't think are going to happen. Jimmy G's trying to push the ball down the field. He knows he's not, playing next year, so he has nothing to lose really.
No.
So he's going downfield. He's trying to make those big throws.
It's resume year for him.
Exactly.
For sure.
So he's not just going to be checking down in the back. He's not going to go Jared Goff on everybody. So But with that said, Prism saying, talking about the Rams, I picked up the Rams defense after the Von Miller trade so I could stop streaming defenses. Nice job.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Rams defense versus the San Francisco offense?
They'll be fine.
They're going to get some sacks. And just like
Yeah.
I was saying, Jimmy's going to push the ball downfield. So you're pretty much good for at least a pick.
Interception.
Yeah. They'll give him a run for their money.
Maybe
like
it'll be a pick six with Jalen Ramsey out there. You know, there are guys that can, take it to the house. So it just kind of depends on where he makes that mistake. So I think, you're good for that. Again, I think it's only a 49-point over under.
Yeah.
So, not too many points are expected in this game.
Oh.
I mean, 49 still on the upper side.
Yeah.
It's not like
25, 24, 24, 25. I know that's only, 48, but I mean, it's around that particular number. I mean, I think the only guy that I'm a little worried about is Kittle, and it's only because what I think is going to happen, they're going to put Jalen Ramsey on him, and I know that they're going to have to.
So.
You think they're going to put him on Debo?
They'll put Jalen Ramsey on Debo. Kittle's going to have to deal with Leonard Floyd and Von Miller.
Von Miller's not going to play. I don't think Von Miller plays.
Okay, even if he doesn't, Leonard Floyd is still going to be on him. Last week, Von Miller.
Yeah, you liked Leonard Floyd as a cover linebacker.
Yeah, why not?
Really?
And he's probably the best. He's probably their second best defensive guy there,
man,
in my opinion.
Yeah, as a pass rusher, yeah, but not as a cover linebacker.
Well, okay.
I mean, who do they have at linebacker that can cover him? Reader. They don't have
Troy Reader. He's all right.
He's a run stopper. He's not a cover
guy. Terrell Lewis is.
Lewis is all right, but he's resting. Okay, so he should be out there.
I don't know. Regardless of the fact, I don't think it's going to be like. I think they're pretty decent enough. The fact that Kittle probably will get a few here and there,
yeah,
but nothing crazy that he's going to break off a 20 to 30 yarder. No way.
Okay.
So.
No, that's fair.
All right, so we'll try to get through these last couple game breakdowns here so we can call it a night. And
sorry to throw you off.
No, you're good. No, that was
I knew
good.
that was your Monday.
We wanted you to get into
that
it,
was
brother.
Good. Yeah, no,
but I know Odell was like the big talk of it, and I just wanted to say that the fact that I don't think that's gonna. None of us like it, obviously. Yeah, people are forgetting that Deshaun Jackson left for a reason, for the same reason why Odell's coming in. So this is why it's not. That's what I wanted to say. It's the targets that he demanded that he didn't get, and that's why he's gone. OBJ is the same guy, basically in mentality that's coming in. So, unfortunately, we'll see how it plays out. But unless OBJ fixes him, mentally says, okay, I can't be this type of guy. I have to be a team player. That's what it is. So,
yep.
Other than that,
and we're not expecting him to play this week. So
yeah,
no,
he may be active, but yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. And I'm sorry for throwing you all off.
No, man,
you're never throwing us off, bro.
But if you want to check us out, of course, I'm gonna sign off right here. So my name's Martin. I'm here from Dynasty Pylon. We cover IDP and Dynasty style stuff. Check out that channel. For those who are in the later in the chat, look, win yourself a jersey. I have a 100 subs giveaway as of tonight. Thanks to you two inviting me here. We broke that. And some of the guys actually got in onto that contest. It's a 2-minute video. Just watch it. There's a couple of rules, like, subscribe, and then put the phrase into the comments. Earn yourself a Dynasty Pylon jersey with your team choice and the number 1 as being the first jersey there. So go ahead, get yourself in that contest. We'll probably reveal it this weekend, if not later Wednesday, but for sure.
Nice.
But
awesome.
Yeah. And thank you, Dylan. Man. Thank you for sure.
Absolutely. He was the 100th, man, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Or he was the 99th, I think, so that's cool.
Probably, but I know he told his boys. And
he told his boys.
Absolutely. Great support here, man. We always love it. Thanks, Martin, for coming on. Always appreciate it. I think you're having Dustin on next week, I believe.
Yes, I'm excited. I've been wanting to have him on for a while. He's actually going to do like kind of a later mid-season. I know we tried the gun for week 8, week 9 mid-season draft.
Yeah,
If
I'm good. I'm
what
good
you
too.
know of now, would you have drafted from then? So
Yeah.
that's what we're doing. But I was gonna ask you, Mike, later. I know you had your softball thing going
No, I'm
on
good now. Next
last
week I
week.
took off. I took Tuesday and Wednesday off, so I am good to go any day you need.
But yeah, if you Wednesday we'll jump on. We're probably it's gonna be an IDP one. So
No, that's fine. I did one with you guys before. Loved it.
yes, you did. So we'll be doing that Wednesday on our show. It's at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Yes, I can say that now. It's not Pacific anymore. We are different time zones now.
It's different.
So it's basically an hour ahead of Anthony. So I think it's 5
So
p.m.
2 hours.
Anthony's time.
All right.
So yeah.
There
Anyways,
we
Easy.
go.
but
Very
again,
nice.
have a good night. You
Yeah, I'll
crazy
reach out.
bastards love staying in here all night. I can't handle
No,
it.
Ant's got to clean it up soon. He's got an
Yeah, we're
early
gonna
morning.
get through it, man. I got an early morning myself, but yeah, man, appreciate it as
Alright.
always. Again, make sure you guys go out there, support the Dynasty Pylon. Good friends here of us here at Get Right. So we'll see you soon, man. Appreciate
for
it.
sure.
Have a good night.
All right, good
Later,
night,
brother.
guys.
All right, bro. All right. So yeah, so we'll try to get through this here and finish up. We have a couple more games to go through here. We have Jodeci's here in the chat. We have a couple other people here who have joined us as well. So we'll get to your questions. Keep them coming. But for now, we'll get into more of these game breakdowns. So let's see, where did we leave off at? Detroit Lions at Pittsburgh Steelers. This one should go pretty quick.
Yeah.
We have the Steelers favored by 7.5 with a 42.5 point over under. So again, not a lot of guys that were probably starting in this game. I'll let you get into it here. Again, Lions been pretty pathetic. Steelers have kind of question marks coming around, but obviously some obvious starts there. So go ahead and break it down for us here quickly.
Yeah, so the Lions are coming off the bye. We have Steelers coming off a really close win against the Bears on Monday Night Football. Real fun game to watch. Right now, the Lions are missing Jamal Williams. He's going to be out for this particular game again. So he's been out for the last couple of weeks. So that kind of takes a big hit to the to their run game. Steelers are going to get back Eric Ebron with a coming back from a hamstring injury. Looks like Najee Harris was also on the injury report as well on Thursday for a foot injury, but he should be fine. I was also looking 2 minutes ago just to double check, but it looks like Chase Claypool is going to be listed as out.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, so it looks like he'll be out for this particular game. That's big for Deontay and other guys. Ben is also questionable. He's coming in with a pec injury and a right shoulder injury. So he's all banged up. And that's part of why what we were talking about before in general. So I'm good with starting Najee. I'm good with starting Deontay. And it's only because it's the only guy there. The other guy I'm comfortable with is Pat Freiermuth. I think he's doing real well. I think he has a good connection with Ben. He's been demanding, more targets. I understand it's because Eric Ebron has been out recently. But I do feel like he's getting a better, connection with Ben, and I think that they'll ride him a little bit more in the coming weeks. On the Detroit side of the ball, I have to say start Swift or Tycoon will come out of nowhere and scold me. So I'm going to say start Swift.
Absolutely.
But some of you might be forced to play TJ Hawkinson because you have no other choice. If you have to, go for it. It's definitely, it's going to be a risky play.
Only two guys I'm starting on the Detroit side, Hawkinson and Swift.
Yeah, I'm not starting Ben or Goff. And I can't trust a receiver on the Detroit side. So
absolutely love Deontay, of course. We'll see if James Washington does anything here with Claypool, being out. So that's another name to look for.
McFarland.
McFarland. That's who's I believe he's the backup to Najee, but they also have
no, who am I thinking about? McLeod?
Yeah, Ray McLeod.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, McFarland's the backup.
Sorry, no, you're right. Anthony McFarland.
Okay. Yeah. So that's who I'm kind of thinking about, here. Those are just, two guys you can come down with. Again, these might be guys, James Washington, some of these guys who are in these situations with flexes where you're, starting Ty Johnson or something like that. You might as well take a shot with James Washington.
Yeah.
If you're in one of these situations, or you got Tony Pollard, or Colt McCoy, that whole situation that FF season was in, maybe James Washington could be that guy.
Yeah.
That you could start. He's going to get a shot or two here, but you could easily end up with one catch for 14 yards as well too. So, again, just one of those plays. Someone that might be available and out there here in week 10 that you could potentially pick up. My only thing here is, obviously Fairmuth has been kind of the talk of the week. He's had a couple nice games here, but that coincided, of course, with Eric Ebron being down. So to me, this game is very interesting to watch to find out what's going to happen specifically at that position. Is Ebron going to come back into his original role as the starter, or has Fairmuth taken over? And it'll be more of kind of a two tight end type set. Maybe Ebron does again see the field because of no Claypool as well. So maybe we do see a lot of those two tight end sets, and maybe they get creative and split Fairmuth or split Ebron out as a slot type guy, and maybe take advantage of a linebacker or something like that there. So again, it's going to be from a football standpoint, geek side of it, totally nerding out. Those are the things that I'm going to be looking for there. So yeah, so we good with that game? Any questions you guys have, shoot them in the comments, and we'll get to those there. So we'll get into this next game here. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Should also be a quick one. At Washington Football, we have Bucs favored by 9.5, 51-point over under. A lot of question marks, kind of in this game. Obviously, Gronk, being out. AB's been ruled out. Chris Godwin's, it looks like he's going to be a game time decision, but is maybe pointing this way. Could set up to a big Mike Evans week. A lot more question marks on the Washington side of the ball, but I'll let you go into a little more detail. Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are coming off the bye this week, which is good for both of them. They both were a little banged up and needed to get a little healthy. Curtis Samuel won't be playing in this one again. He's probably out for the year. Just don't even bother with him anymore. Montez Sweat on the defensive side of the ball, that's kind of a big deal just because he's a big part of their particular front seven. And, normally to get to Brady, you need that good pass rush, and he's part of that. So he won't be in for this one. So that's going to be a little bit of a hit to their defense. The Bucs will be without Gronk and AB, as Ant said before. They're both going to be out. It might be a minute for both of them, so just be aware of that.
Come on, OJ Howard, let's go.
Well, you want to know something funny? So if you look at my show doc a little bit, I didn't keep it. I was gonna say you might get the OJ Ant OJ Howard. Oh, there it is. No, I put it in there. I put it in there. I know Anthony wants to hear an OJ Howard sighting.
See, you called me out.
Oh, yeah.
Too bad.
Oh, no, I already had it in there. I had it ready to go. Yeah, we're
Dang it.
Mike Evans, we're good. Start him up. Brady must start. Got to start him.
Mike Evans might be the start of the week this week. He might be the wide receiver one this week. So
I wouldn't go that far, but I'd definitely I'd definitely say top 5.
Who's guarding him on Washington?
Nobody. Kellen Fuller.
Who else is getting any targets on Tampa Bay?
Oh, but believe me, I'm not disagreeing with you.
That's the thing.
I'm just not going to put him at 1. I can't put him at 1 until
he might be Devontae Adams light this week. So we'll see. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
I love Cooper Kupp. Anyway,
of course.
So a dart throw I just wanted to throw out there for people. If Godwin is out, and even if he does play, I actually feel comfortable. Is Tyler Johnson is a wide receiver to think about. It's a little bit more in like the 14-team leagues, or in a really deep 12-team league. Tyler Johnson is not a bad option. He has a good connection with Brady. We've seen it a couple times. I like him as a player. He's just behind, 2 all-star, receivers. Fournette, you can definitely start. I don't feel like it will, as much as the Washington defense is good, they're going to have a hard time in this particular matchup. OJ Howard, I don't think you can trust. Cameron Brate seems to be getting more play, getting more snaps, getting more targets when Gronk's been out. Brate's gotten 4 targets in the last 2 weeks, in both weeks, and Howard's only gotten 3. I know that's a very little, but they overall, it looks like Cameron Brate gets more of the play in this particular offense. On Washington, the only guy I feel comfortable playing is Terry McLaurin and maybe JD McKissic.
McKissic, yeah.
Yeah. And then maybe Ricky Seals-Jones, if, he's not a bad option. He averages 6 targets a game since, Logan Thomas has been out, and he's out there on 100% of the snaps. So if you need a tight end and you're at the bottom of the barrel, Ricky isn't a bad choice. So
yeah, looks like Logan Thomas is going to need another week, maybe 2.
Yeah. Might need longer.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty much agree with you there. We'll move on. Carolina Panthers at Arizona Cardinals. We have the Cardinals favored by 10 with a 44.5 point over under. So that means obviously they're expecting more scoring on the Cardinal side of the ball.
Yeah.
So obviously a lot of news here with the Panthers. I see in a note here. Obviously, we all know Cam Newton has returned home.
Yeah.
I think one of the best tweets I saw was, Cam Newton signs with the Panthers, and yes, number 1 is available.
Yeah.
So he will get his number 1 jersey back. So that'll be good. All the Cam Newton Carolina fans out there won't have to go out and buy another numbered jersey. So, and what I think's hilarious is, remember earlier in the year when we were calling Sam Darnold Cam Darnold and that whole thing.
Yeah.
And now the man himself has come and replaced him. So that's just a little foreshadowing, I guess, that we never thought probably was going to happen. But there it is. Obviously, PJ Walker is going to be starting here this week until, Cam gets up to speed. So obviously, I know a lot of the questions are probably going to come with, DJ Moore. What do we do with him? What do we do with Droppy Anderson? Obviously CMC's back. So tell me, what are we looking for in this game? Who we starting? Who we sitting?
Yeah. So to answer LeBron's question, Newton will not play this week. They said that PJ Walker is going to be starting and he will be finishing. Once he gets to know the offense, then they will probably ease him in next week. But he's definitely not going to start this week. So if you're looking to grab him now. So yeah, we know that Sam Darnold went to the IR. He's healing from a broken scapula. He's on IR. So I honestly think he's going to be on the longer end of the IR. Scapula usually takes a few longer than 3 weeks to heal. And it's especially how bad the break is. PJ Walker is going to be starting, as I said. So temper expectations. Like we said before, Cardinal side of the ball, we have AJ Green coming back from the COVID list. So he'll be out there. Justin Pugh and Chase Edmonds are going to be out as of now. Justin Pugh is a left guard for the Cardinals. And the reason why I brought him up is because it kind of puts a hamper to their particular offense. As of right now, Hopkins and Murray are both game time decisions. I definitely see them being on the 40-60 of playing. I don't know if that, like we were talking about before, Colt McCoy is a good option to have. I'm playing Connor, I'm playing Kirk, I'm playing Green and Ertz. I don't feel comfortable with Moore yet. He's also banged up as well. I also don't mind Eno Benjamin. I think he's good for deeper leagues and PPR situations. They will use him like Chase Edmonds. So I think he is a good option. Panther side, I think the only two that you can even trust is CMC and DJ Moore.
CMC only for me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't trust DJ Moore, but
I haven't been trusting DJ Moore the whole year.
Yeah.
So it's funny, all these people now coming around saying, "Oh no, on DJ Moore." I've been trying to tell you guys, but that's
I mean, I like DJ Moore, the player. Unfortunately, you can't trust him in this particular scenario.
Situation. Yeah.
And I'm not starting PJ Walker unless you're someone that's incredibly stupid like myself, who ended up paying up almost $95. So I have to call myself out on that one.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You know what? Hey. I did it for a good reason. I had no one, and I literally I had to play somebody, and it was just for me, it was just worth it. I was just
Hey,
like, you know what?
if it gets you a W this week, then it was worth every fab dollar that you
Oh, for
spent.
sure. I
So
gotta stay up at the top. So for me, it was worth it. But well, I hope it's worth it.
absolutely. And
So
then obviously we talked about it, earlier in the show, and I know you mentioned it here
mhm.
with um our
With
guy
Ertz.
Kyler Murray, of course,
Oh
just
yeah,
with his ankle,
yeah.
everything's going to kind of depend on that. So
Definitely
that
have
could
a
shift.
backup.
Yeah, so just make sure you tune in to our Sunday morning show
Hmm.
where we get all those updates. We're hoping we can get an inclination of that earlier, even though he's in the late slate.
Hopefully.
So hopefully we can kind of get some information will leak early enough for us to make these decisions if you need to start somebody in the early
I'll,
slate.
I'll reach out
You know,
to Jake
over.
Glazer and see what he says.
Yeah, we'll give him a call
I'll give him a
and
call.
we'll, we have him on retainer. It's all good. I got him on speed dial. It's one of my fave fives, so we're good.
Oh my
Won't
god.
even cost me any minutes or anything. God, I remember that. All right, so we got moving along here. We'll finish out the games, and then I'll let you go on for Q&A as long as you want after that.
Yeah, I got you.
But I'll at least ride you out here for these last 3 games. We have Minnesota Vikings at Los Angeles Chargers. We have the Chargers favored by 3.5 with a 53-point over/under. A lot of guys were going to be starting in this game. Of
Hmm.
course, when you see 53-point, line, you want to kind of get as many guys as you can in this game. Obviously, on the Vikings side, Kirk Cousins is at play. Dalvin
Hmm.
Cook's at play. Obviously, we talked a lot about the Cook situation on Wednesday's show. And
He'll
then
play.
obviously the receivers, Jefferson and Thielen. Even Conklin's probably up there for most people as far as a streaming option.
Yeah.
And then on the Chargers side, I think the biggest question is what do we do with Williams? So I'll let you kind of get into all that. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Keenan Allen, like we talked about before, he popped up on the injury report with a knee injury. He's questionable. So I think I think he's fine. They didn't say that there's no indication that he won't play. So right now he should be fine. In a game like this one, like we were talking about with Williams might be a better option just because if Keenan's a little hobbled, he's really more of a distraction than he is anything, and then they kind of mold everything to Williams. So he might be a decent play this week. The Vikings are actually going to be without Michael Pierce and Anthony Barr. The reason why I bring that up is, being on the defensive side of the ball, Michael Pierce is actually one of the better run stuffing D tackles in the game. Anthony Barr is also a really good outside linebacker who actually caught a really good interception last week. It was actually pretty cool. So if you didn't get a chance to watch it, look for it. It's actually kind of cool. So I feel Eckler is a huge, huge start for me. He would have been out there regardless if they were playing, but it makes it so much better knowing that these guys are out. Herbert, Allen, you're going to still play all these guys. Allen's definitely the safer floor. Williams is just, he can go off for 30. So it's hard to figure out the tight ends for the Chargers. 1 week it's Cook, 1 week it's Parham. It's kind of hard to kind of play out which one you want to pick. So flip a coin, enjoy that particular thing. I'm not gonna put my hat in that ring. It's just not happening. I'm also okay with playing Justin Jefferson and Alan Thielen. Right now, from what I look, they're down 2 starting corners for the Chargers, and that's good for those 2 particular players. Even though the Chargers are probably one of the better teams against the pass, I feel comfortable playing those 2 without a problem. Cook is a must as always. He's going to play. He's going to be out there. I have no problem playing him. Chargers are a funnel defense. They want you to run the ball. Cook will make them feel bad for it. And I also like Kirk Cousins. Yeah, it's Kirk Cousins, man. He's been doing real good lately. You guys are using him in the Scotty Fishbowl thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm
Over
always
Baker.
over Baker.
We had to outrule Dustin. Dustin got upset.
Well,
So
I called that at the beginning of the year. So I'm taking that victory lap. But yeah, so I'm a big fan of Cousins for this. You can definitely. I think he's starting to get into that point where you can start him every week. I feel comfortable with him a little bit more and more every day. So, but if it's a Sunday night or Monday night game or a Thursday night game, don't play him.
Right.
Sucks in prime time.
Yeah. And interestingly enough, as you started talking about, that interior rushing defense for the Minnesota, my initial reaction was, I don't think they run Eckler, up the middle anyway. He doesn't seem like that kind of back.
Now they can.
But they actually, he has 46 of his 101 carries have basically been to the left or right of the center. More importantly, to the left of the center. 32 attempts for 197 yards, and he's averaging 6.2 yards per carry, right up the middle. So that's actually pretty impressive.
Wow.
The next most attempts he has, over those 32 to the left of the center is 14 to the right of the center, followed by 12 each over the left guard, left end, and right end. And then single digit attempts over any other position. So I think that's pretty telling, actually.
Yeah.
I was very interested to see that. So again, shout out to pff.com for those stats there. It's incredible, man. Love that website. It's really cool. Their advanced analytics are insane. The stuff they track is amazing. I'm still
hook me up.
Yeah, I'm still. We'll have to talk off air.
There you
go. So that's that. So pretty straightforward. Again, you're firing up a lot of people in this game. Nothing really to be cute about here. The guys you're starting and who you're sitting there. So, let's get into the next one. Next one we have here, and
it's
I
the
think
last
is
one.
the last one actually. Yeah. So, last game of the night actually is going to be our Sunday night game. So we still ended on a premium game. So that's not bad. So we have the Kansas City Chiefs at Las Vegas Raiders. Chiefs are only favored by 2.5 over the Raiders at home. Well, the Raiders are at home. I guess Chiefs on the road are favored by 2.5. 52-point over under. So there's definitely going to be points here in this game from what they're predicting. But what we've seen with this Kansas City offense lately, it's been extremely kind of hit or miss. They play terrible in real football, but yet their fantasy producers still kind of produce. So go ahead and kind of break this game down and where are we at?
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the most highly anticipated games of this week. I'm looking forward to watching this on Sunday night. Both teams are at the top of their division. It's a 4-way tie right now in the AFC West, which is
I was going to say they're in the same division.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. They're all first place right now. Like they're all 5-3 or 5-4 based on if they had the bye or not. So they're all pretty much right there. So this is going to be a really good matchup, I think, and a huge game. Oh, huge swing game. It's going to be in Vegas. Everything. It's going to be crazy. Right now it looks like everybody's healthy on both sides of the ball. The only guy that you could probably talk about in injury related wise is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He will not be in this game. Andy Reid basically said it's a stretch for him to play at all. So I don't.
2 weeks away at least.
He's got a couple weeks. So you're definitely going to see Darrell Williams and Derek Gore. The biggest things are mostly Patrick Mahomes and his struggles lately. He's been having a rough time. And hopefully he can handle the front four of the Raiders. They've been doing real well with those, with the pass rush of Max Crosby and I wish Martin was here. I forget how to say his name.
I can't help you with these defensive
I know.
guys.
No, I know the guy, but he was a Jaguar, Raven, and Viking within like 3 months of each other. Anyway, so he will be out there as well. I wish Dem Boys was on. He would have told me. So yeah, and then you're also, you have the Raiders coming off a loss to my New York Giants. I mean, that was huge for us, and it was a hard loss for them. I mean, honestly, I understand that the Raiders have been playing well lately. They beat some teams that people didn't think they would. So we'll see how this game works out. I'm really looking forward to it. the Raider right now, you're definitely going to be starting Mahomes, Kelsey, and Hill. Like, you can't not start them.
And
I'm gonna
Daryl
be
Williams in most cases.
Daryl Williams. I'm definitely going to start as well.
Depending on your options, of course.
Yeah, I mean, the Raiders are the 24th best against the run this season. Devontae Booker, ate them alive last week. So honestly, I'm really comfortable with Williams this week. Raiders side of the ball, I mean, right now, Josh Jacobs, play him. Drake, play him. He won't give you a lot, but I'm okay with it. Darren Waller, I'm fine with Darren Waller. Of course I'm really high on Higbee, or not Higbee. Wow, I do love Higbee, but
Higbee on the
Hunter
brain.
Renfro. Yeah, I know I do. I have him on all my teams. So Hunter Renfro, I'm big on too. And if you really want like a DFS dart throw or one of those like guys that you just want to throw in there just because Deshaun Jackson might not be a bad play this week. Kansas City is beatable in the air. So I'm okay with if you're in a 14 team, type league, go for it. But we'll see. This is something I'm looking forward to.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't have too much to add on that. Like I said, I have, as we were speaking, I actually had to move Daryl Williams up a little more. I
Yeah.
had him at RB19. I put him actually up ahead of Josh Jacobs and a couple other folks there. So I moved him up to RB14, just behind Elijah Mitchell and Leonard Fournette and James Conner Henderson. I couldn't move him ahead of those guys.
No.
But I think I have a nice little spot there for him. So we'll see. I'll keep fine tuning it. But that's about where I have him. So definitely, a safe play. And on the Raiders side, yeah, we still got to figure it out. I'm comfortable starting Waller. But that's pretty much it. You know me. If you need to, you can go with Derek Carr. Otherwise, I'll kind of take my chances elsewhere. But I will give Renfro his due diligence, his due praise. He's definitely somebody you could be comfortable, starting. But again, I can't do it. So that's just me. Purely just me. So yeah, that'll finish up the games here for the week. So we can get into a couple questions here.
Okay.
And then pretty much maybe call it a night. So maybe we
I'm
could
good with
do 8 more minutes here of questions, and we'll call it a night here at 12:30, which is what, 3:30 your time.
Yeah.
I have to
Early
be up
for
in,
me.
I have to be up in 4.5 hours now. So that's gonna be tough. But this is what we do, man.
How I feel, man.
Yeah. Well, you're usually going to golf or something on
Who
Saturday
cares?
morning,
It's still
or
something.
put in
I've
a
done it
thing.
for work.
Like I have
I've done it for
to
work.
have to do it for
I've
work.
done it.
Yeah. No, you
I've
have.
done it during
yeah.
the week.
Absolutely. So yeah, so again, start dropping your questions here more, guys. We just wanted to at least get through get through our game previews here. We tried to only go for 2 hours, but we only made it to 3. But I guess that's better than 4. Even though we like being out here with you guys. So I think where we left off here.
Jodeci.
You go ahead. Why don't you go ahead
Right
and
here
go.
with Jodeci, we got Fournette
And we'll just answer quickly.
Yeah, Fournette or Mike Williams. Flex PPR.
I'm gonna go Fournette.
Yeah, I was leaning that way too. It's just more reliable. He's safer. Williams is more the ceiling.
Supposed to be quick.
Hey, come on.
I got
Brooks, we got Keenan Allen or Ayuk. Come on now.
Keenan Allen, man.
Yeah, Keenan Allen, without even thinking twice about that. So
there we go.
Those are the last questions we have. We have a couple other person going. Okay, I was wrong about last week, but this week Higbee will pop off. That's what I keep saying every week, and unfortunately, it doesn't happen to me. All I needed was the touchdown from him, and that would have been nice. But we got Xavier Ramos going, traded Eckler and Robert Woods for.
Oh,
Zeke
you
and
did
Tyreek.
it! There we go. He posted that up in the Sleeper channel. I think a ton of us commented and said go with the Zeke and Hillside. Congratulations, man. I think he definitely came up on that one.
Yeah.
Again, it sucks to kind of lose Eckler, but you got a top 3 worst case wide receiver and one of the only workhorse running backs that are out there. And he plays in a dome, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
And
he's saying,
go ahead.
Yeah,
My
I was
bad.
gonna say come on,
I'll
stop.
stop touching it. My hands are here.
No, he was saying you guys helped me out with a win last week, 1-10, and Miami's defense went all for me. So I'm glad that you guys. I'm glad that we helped you out. Did you guys suggest picking up Miami's defense?
I'm not sure, man.
I
I
wasn't
think it was
there.
us.
I watched, but I don't remember hearing it.
Yeah, so we'll see. But it could have been another
Either
thing.
way, good call. I like Miami's
Love
defense,
hearing it.
but I was really shocked that they did well. So
Yeah, no, that was good. And Jodeci is saying Hilton start bound. I forgot about him. He's playing. Oh, go ahead.
no, no, no. He's starting, but no.
Yeah, Mike's not touching him.
I'm not a Hilton guy.
Mike is like to Hilton as all the Raiders are to me. Just when you see it, you're just like, I know there's a better option out there. I'm not like if I'm gonna lose, it's not with this guy. Like I'll lose trying to do something else versus losing with certain people. So again, that's where we're at on that. So I think that might actually be a place where we can start. I do see FF Season was here asking about his whole team. Asking about a Brady trade here, but it looks like you guys kind of worked that out through the chat. I just want to say my 2 cents is don't trade off Brady.
Yeah, don't.
Just like you're saying with Keenan Allen, he's a league winner, man. Again, unless it's dynasty, but for the most part, especially with what you were kind of mentioning, you're looking to get hold on to Brady. He's better off not in somebody else's hands. He's better off in your hands. Also, I think Kane here had a question about his team. Asking if he should do anything different to it. I think he asked a little while earlier. So again, just bring that to the sleeper channel. I think it was here. He said, what do you guys think of his 14-man team? Dalvin Cook, Dak, Saquon, Steph Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Kyle Pitts, Javonte.
I like it.
So you're doing good. It's a nice team. Just be open to, anything that might be out there. Make sure you have your depth and just keep staying in tune with the news. And again, you may not have 3 of those guys after this week. That's just fantasy football. It is what it is. So just the moment you get comfortable is the moment you should feel like you need to do something. So don't get comfortable.
Fair.
Be comfortable being uncomfortable is what I like to say. So
I did that with Chubb. That was my big Chubb trade. That was like the same feeling. Like I felt uncomfortable, but I was like, it's a good uncomfortable. It was just like perfect. So
exactly. Prism saying, well, I finally made it through the stream. Good stream. We appreciate it, man. I can't believe we made it through it. We're still trying to tighten it up a bit, as you guys can kind of see.
Yeah, we're trying
just to be more time, worthy, but we do appreciate you guys who do stick it out. And we like kind of going along so people can kind of bounce in, bounce out as they need. And then of course you can rewatch it the next day to get our, in-depth details and breakdowns and things like that. But we really do like breaking down, your questions, because that's what it's all about. So again, we appreciate it. Chances to win the chip, 10-team PPR, Kyler, Brady, C-Mac, Jeff, Dylan. It's a little too early, man. Come ask me in 3-4 weeks, and then
I'll say 80%.
Yeah, let me know where you're at. So, but yeah,
I'm just gonna say 80.
Yeah, right now with that team, it looks pretty good. At least to make the playoffs, you should be making the playoffs with that team, and then we'll see where we go from there. So keep tuning in, and we'll go. So with that said, Jodeci, you couldn't have said it any better, my friend. Good night to everybody out there. For Frank, for Dustin, for Mike, and myself. We appreciate it. Again, hit that subscribe button for us. We are donating $1 to the St. Jude's Children's Foundation for every new subscriber we get between now and December 1st. Of course, we also, I don't even think we mentioned it.
No, we didn't. I was just going to say it.
We have our underdogfantasy.com. Of course, when you go there, sign up, enter the code, promo code GETRIGHT. You will get 100% match up to $100 on your first deposit. Again, promo code GETRIGHT. And check them out. They have a lot of DFS, best ball setup is what they do, but they do have prop bets, pick'ems, over-unders, things like that. It's a lot of fun. So get in with us and we can compete together. And again, just something else to do on your Sunday. Another thing you could watch to have your Sunday go by. So again, underdogfantasy.com. Not only football, they have basketball, hockey, golf, all the major sports, baseball that you can bet on. So check it out. And Dylan saying look forward all week to these streams. Hey
Good.
man, we look forward to it too, man. It's our outlet. This is what we do. We don't get paid to do this.
Nope.
This is just purely for our fun and enjoyment. You know, we love meeting all the people here who are just as crazy about fantasy football as we are. You know, we put a lot of time and effort into, you know, research and watching a lot of football to try to, you know, give you our point of view, our takes. And if there's something that we find that helps you make your decisions in your lineups and it's working for you, fantastic. If it's not working, that's going to happen too, man. But we're going to help you through it. It is a long season. We'll get through it. And just remember, if it didn't work for you, it probably didn't work for us either. So it's not like we're telling you one thing and doing another. So we ride and die with you, my friend. We're just big fantasy fans here myself. So
and let us know in the comments too. That always helps. It just, you know, we always like hearing those stories too. So if you have anything, let us know in those comments.
Good, bad, or indifferent, man.
Yeah,
good, bad, or indifferent. We want to hear it all.
Yeah.
Hey, if we told you wrong, let us hear it. And if we helped you out,
next time.
then let us know as well too, man. So we're here, and we'll go from there. And looks like Joshua Loyola, new name to me. We're just about to sign off here. But again, we want to get to your question here before we sign off. So is Ayuk a good flex for Monday Night Football? He has Darrell Williams as an option. Personally, if it's PPR, then I'm going Darrell Williams. And if it's a non-PPR, I'm going Darrell Williams. So I think I'm going Darrell Williams either way.
Yeah, I'm going Darrell Williams. I like it. And that's coming from a San Francisco 49er fan.
I'm a big Niner fan.
So yeah, we're going Darrell.
Going Darrell on that one. All right. So with that said, Dylan saying Frank the Champ outlook rest of season. He'll be with us on Mondays and Wednesdays, but you're not getting Frank the Champ on Fridays. As he mentioned on Wednesdays, man, he has a life. He's not a degenerate like Mike and myself doing a 4-hour podcast on a Friday. So that's just who we are, man. But again, we love it, man. We appreciate you guys. Be sure to subscribe, tell your friends about us, have them hit that subscribe button for us. Even if they're not your friend, if they're a stranger, you're sitting on the side of the street, grab their phone, go to their YouTube app, find Get Right Fantasy, hit the subscribe button from their phone and hand it right back to them. And if you do that to somebody, let me know as well too. I might send you out a shirt if you can prove that. That would be pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
You better not get a shirt before me.
Yeah, I still got to get you a shirt too. We'll handle that right now before you get offline. Nice. So I got to get you a shirt and PFF access. So
there you go.
We have a lot of stuff to talk about. The perks of Get Right. All right, man. So with that said, man, we're out. Again, thank you guys. And good luck. We'll see you Sunday morning at 8 a.m. The real time Pacific Standard Time, or 12 or 1 o'clock, 13 o'clock, whatever that is Eastern. We'll be here too. So, Tycoon, we missed you. Go back, man. Yeah, he probably thought he still had another hour to go.
Yeah, he did.
But we're signing off early tonight, man. I got to be up in 4.5 hours. So we'll see you then, man. We'll catch up in the Sleeper channel. All right, guys. For the 17th time, good night, and we'll see you guys Sunday. Good luck.
Later.
Good luck this week.